this year was so much fun, but it definitely came with some challenges. Thank goodness for 2K.
That's right. In fact, it's been an honor for us to share our time and our episodes with you, the fans, the community. And the big news is NBA 2K TV is returning for Season 7.
And let's go. Doing it all, DA. Thanks. And let's check out a breakdown. Looking at some stats for Ayton.
There's been a drop-off in the rebounding numbers. He seems to be getting out-muscled on the glass in a way we didn't see earlier in the season. His last 10 games, the totals have taken a huge hit.
Looking at the starting five for the Phoenix Suns. Rubio and Booker, they're the backcourt. Bridges out there with Johnson. And it's Ayton in at the 5, home in the paint. And for the Thunder, Gallinari and Adams, the combo out front. Paul out there with Gilgeous-Alexander. And it's George in at the 3. And it's Gallinari on the follow.
What an effort to get the tip in, just wanting it a little bit more.
Out to the wing. Good ball movement here by the Suns. Now Bridges. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Rubio the pass to Bridges. Tries again. Ayton kicks to Bridges. Gallinari with the rebound. And the Thunder with possession. Gilgeous-Alexander, good. Inching our way toward the end of the season here in the NBA, Doris, and just how much fatigue after all these games and all these months and practices and travel. How much fatigue are these players feeling, you think, right now?
Well, I think NBA players like to tell us, come March, come April, everybody has bumps and bruises. No one is 100%. What you're hoping to do as an NBA organization is manage the rest that you can possibly give to your guys down the stretch of the season. Because the healthier you are going into the postseason, the better off you're going to be. Extremely fortunate they didn't lose the ball there.
And the Suns making a change here. Carter's checked in. Gallinari dishes to Adams. Here's Dort. Defended by Bridges from deep three-point range. He doesn't hit that one. So Phoenix will take it the other way. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of the Blazers.
Scoring efficiency was an issue in that one. Took them too many shots to get their points.
I think, Greg, it was a lot of bad decisions leading to a lot of poor looks. Patience was not their best quality in that basketball game.
Carter, the pass to Johnson. Out to Carter to stop the run. That one falls, coming off the Johnson feet.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from 3. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
Now here's Adams. Back to Paul. Pass to Dort to the inside. And stolen by Ayton. Booker left side from 11 feet away. The Thunder pull it in. This game coming after a loss against the Jazz. Paul with the 3. That's in. He's got 2 made now, and he's shooting 2 for 3.
They've wasted no time settling into their offense.
Gallinari attacking. That's in, and he's now 3 for 3 and looking sharp.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
Doris, Adams, a terrific player on the floor. You know what? He's a great teammate as well. They always talk about the great chemistry he brings to the Thunder.
And anyone who's had a conversation with Steven Adams knows he is quite a character. This guy is so easygoing. He's fun. I think he brings a great vibe to the locker room.
Here's Johnson. Gallinari making his last shot. It's an 8-point differential. Gilgeous-Alexander can't get it to go. Johnson finds Booker, takes the 13-footer, and the jumper is good.
Well, just such a crafty offensive talent. Devin Booker working the mid-range. What doesn't he do?
Phoenix foul call. For the Thunder, Terrence Ferguson comes in for Gallinari. And Diallo subbed in for Gilgeous-Alexander. To the wing right side. Diallo the pass to Noel. And again, no good by Oklahoma City. Suns trail by 6. Here's Kaminsky. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
A moment now to see the stats for Devin Booker. He's been dominant over the last month, averaging 23 points per game, 7 assists, and 4 rebounds. He's been nothing short of fantastic during that stretch. Offense coming very easily for him.
And so much of it, to me, is his ability to read the floor, make the right decision, and then go right after the action he wants.
Oklahoma City leading by 5. Back to Diallo. Pass to Ferguson.
And the first few seasons in the NBA, not an easy time for Terrence Ferguson. Young wings have their ups and downs, but the franchise still very much believes in his talent.
And he sinks the second. Suns trail by 6. Passes it to Kaminsky. Back to Booker. Nice move. And he lays it up and in.
How about the ability to adjust and finish in different situations? Devin Booker, elite as a scorer.
Here's Ferguson. Back to Schroeder. 2 free throws coming up, and here we go with the coach's challenge. Not surprised in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Baines inside. Noel on him. Bridges kicks to Rubio. 5 to shoot. The Suns need to get a shot off. For 3, Bridges. No good there. Diallo inside. And it's good, 2 points.
Well, everyone's seeking those high percentage looks in the restricted area. Nicely done there.
Here's Rubio. And the last second attempt does not go in for him. And so it's the Oklahoma City Thunder in. Chris Paul, an elite defensive player, a student of the game.
The steals thing is...
You hear about the importance of watching film, Greg. It reveals itself in many ways.
And learning guys' habits. What they like to do gives him a knack for when to go after steals without hurting his team.
And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And when you consider how the Thunder are doing, guys, what do you think?
Guys, I love their defense of that first period. They were in position and just challenging shots.
Well, I think they combined great intelligence with great effort, and you can see the results.
Muscala is out there with Ferguson. Then there's Andre Robertson. Then there's Dennis Schroeder. And it's Noel in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's the group for Oklahoma City getting going here in the second.
This is Schroeder at his best, putting that blinding speed to great advantage.
And the pass to Jerome. Bridges for 3. Hits the three-point bomb. Bridges has got his first 3 points of the game.
A tough start scoring the basketball, but they're starting to turn it around now.
Suns trail by 7. Down low. It's tipped. Kaminsky kicks it out to Rubio. Here's Jerome. No points in the game yet for him. 6 on the shot clock. The try by Rubio. 2018 rookie class has been something to watch, Doris. Talent at the top, but also some terrific mid-round picks.
No question. Landry Shamet is a guy who I think could be a clutch, big-time scorer who does not seem bowed by any moment, doesn't seem to be affected by pressure. Mitchell Robinson had one of the great shot-blocking seasons in New York Knicks history. I know the team didn't have success, but as a second-round guy, Mitchell Robinson could have an awfully long career.
The rebound by Steven Adams. And Adams has got the ball here for Oklahoma City. They've led by as much as 10. Gallinari dishes to Robertson. No good from outside. Suns trail by 6. To the paint. Here's Kaminsky. Kicks it out to Rubio. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. And look now at a few years' worth of data. Some of the assist numbers under the microscope for Rubio.
And you can see how much he's improved as a distributor over the past few years. He takes a lot of pride in his passing. Keeping his teammates involved and being a creator out there is really important.
Gilgeous-Alexander's checked in for the Thunder. Phoenix also making some changes. Ayton, he's checked in for Aaron Baines. Johnson comes in for Kaminsky. And it's Devin Booker in for Carter. Now here's Paul. 5 points in the game. Pass to Adams. Back to Paul. Plenty of room to knock down the shot. Paul's got 7 points.
Well, it doesn't get much easier than that. Even a decent shooter is going to make that with no pressure.
Suns trail by 6. And Booker kicks to Johnson. And the shot goes down.
Yeah, they've raised their shooting percentage in this quarter, and they're starting to get on track.
I think the player most closely identified with the Phoenix Suns the last 3 years, obviously Devin Booker. You know, here's a guy who averaged well over 20 points. He can beat you with the pass as well. He's the piece that gives this team great hope for the future.
And the Thunder making a switch here. Diallo's checked in, and the Suns making a change here as well. Carter, he's checked in for Ricky Rubio. And it's out of bounds. They say last touch by Adams. Sharge checked in for Phoenix. 1:43 left to play here in the half. And what's astounding, even with Booker, the Suns have been last, Doris, in three-point accuracy 2 straight seasons.
Yeah, and I think that speaks, Kev, to the roster construction. You need floor spacing to win games, and it can't be from just one guy. This franchise knows that. They just haven't been able to yet solve the problem.
Suns trail by 4. Ayton finds Sharge. Booker in the corner. Pass to Carter. Back to Booker. 6 to shoot. Shoots the 3. Gallinari with the rebound. Gallinari's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. It's tipped, and it's out of bounds. Oklahoma City able to retain possession.
And now a chance to take a look at the numbers for Gilgeous-Alexander. What a run he's been on over the past few weeks. Putting up about 18 points per, 6 rebounds, and 4 assists. He's been nothing short of fantastic during that stretch. Offense coming very easily for him.
And so much of it to me is his ability to read the floor, make the right decision, and then go right after the action he wants.
Inside, Muscala doesn't go for him.
Unbelievable. He blew that. Look, guys, no clue what went wrong there.
With 3, Booker, the putback, controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. Ayton's got it all tied up now for Phoenix.
What a fantastic offensive rebounder. Ayton's so good at using his physical advantages.
5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Here's Diallo, and he drops in the layup off the glass. Diallo's got his 2nd basket. 17 seconds left in the first half. On the wing, Booker. From 13, and it goes down 2 points. Booker's got 4 this quarter.
Well, with that size and strength, for a 2-guard, Booker is a legitimate threat even in traffic.
And it's Sent back by Carter. And that'll do it for the first half. Game time. Thank you, David. And we'll be right back after halftime to start the third quarter.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, folks. From the get-go, it was Oklahoma City who came out strong. They had the upper hand early. And that...
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. But gotta like what Devin Booker is doing in this one.
He had a fast pass to the lane that first half. Got inside on demand.
Now, this guy is such a good finisher on the move, and so far the defense has not been able to counter it.
Getting underway in the second half. Here's the 5 for Monty Williams. Rubio and Booker. They're the backcourt. Andre Ayton out there with Johnson. And it's Bridges in at the 3, the small forward. Suns trailing. Rubio the pass to Johnson. And it's Johnson with the jam.
Wow, able to survey over the top of defenses as well as squeeze into tight quarters. Rubio is the consummate playmaker.
Now here's Paul. He's got 9. Gallinari outside. Out to the right wing. Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Paul. Shot clock at 6. Three-pointer. But they'll get another chance. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And he banks in the layup. And the Thunder lead by 2.
Terrific play call to give him a clean look at the rim. That's how you want to start the second half.
Well, there is nothing better than catching a rhythm as early as possible. And boy, that's a terrific start right there.
Booker with no one around. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead there.
Well, the defense clearly was not interested in guarding him from downtown. They're very fortunate he missed.
Gilgeous-Alexander, good.
What a terrific play by just a tremendous all-around player. This guy makes it look easy.
You know, Greg, for the Thunder fans, hard to see their star power dwindle, but they got a lot in return.
Yeah, but the Thunder were capped out. They hadn't made it past the first round in 3 years. And in exchange for Paul George, they got one of the richest trade packages in league history.
Terrence Ferguson's checked in for the Thunder. Passes it to Gallinari. Shot on the wing. And he overshot that one, missing.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
They swipe it. And Phoenix turns it over again.
Here to see the numbers for Kaminsky. He's averaging 11 points a game, 5 rebounds, and 2 assists. And he gives them a nice rotation on the front court. He is a quality reserve.
Well, the one thing you can't teach is size. He's not as developed skill-wise as some guys, but certainly a valuable backup for this team.
Paul for 3, drains it from beyond the arc. Paul's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Well, that's his second 3 of the game. 1 in the first half, 1 here.
Here's Jerome. Phoenix no good that time either.
Boy, defense nowhere to be found, and neither was his shot at that time.
Paul, no one around him. Paul missing again. Suns trail by 7. Near the three-point line, it's Booker. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Just in a perfect position to grab that rebound and then get the putback.
Paul outside. Gallinari on the wing. And Adams kicks to Paul. Just 4 to shoot. Ferguson the pass to Paul. And there's the bucket. Stay with it on the offensive glass, getting it done.
Boy, the strength and the activity of Steven Adams makes him a force on the backboards.
Oh, that's a major league throwdown.
Keeps a tight grip on that rim, too, after the finish. Now, here's Paul. 12 points for him. Gallinari finds Adams. Baines with the block, and he recovers it. Goes back up. Paul can't get that one to fall.
Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical.
Here's Baines. Adams defending. And here's Booker. 8 points for him. Fires from the wing. It's rebounded by Paul. Oklahoma City leading by 5. Goes up the baseline. That shot missing. For Phoenix, they've gone 3 of 7 on field goal attempts here in the second half. And it's Baines missing.
And you know, you can't impact a shot that close any better than he did on that possession.
Boy, whether he blocks it or simply alters it, the result is pretty much the same.
Kicks it to Booker. Trying to break that ice-cold streak. That one good for 2. Booker's got 10 points.
Boy, this guy's operating like a 10-year vet. Booker making all the right decisions almost immediately. Well, the defense wants to keep the ball out of that area. Why? Because if it gets in there, most players are going to finish.
And the basket by Kaminsky.
And guys, the D has to show a little more fight on the interior than they did on that trip.
Paul with the ball. Lets it fly. And Oklahoma City again with the bucket.
Beautiful stuff from CP3, figuring out every single way to exploit the weakness of the defense.
And so it's Oklahoma City heading to the bench with a 7-point lead as we wrap up the quarter. We're shooting the ball so well in this one. A great performance from the field. And we'll be back.
Exert yourself by being disciplined.
The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. And so it's Johnson who brings the ball up for the Phoenix Suns. 7-point differential. Schroeder and Gilgeous-Alexander pair up in the backcourt. Nerlens Noel is out there with Diallo. And it's Adams in at the 5 spot. That's the lineup in the game for Oklahoma City. Carter kicks to Johnson. Dishes it to Ayton. Shoots it. And he didn't get quite enough under that one.
Solid rebound there, and with the score like it is, that's an area where they can't afford to get lazy. And that's what the pump fake's there for. Get your man off his feet and drive right around him.
Rubio, the pass to Carter. On the wing, Johnson. And Johnson with the stuff.
Making the most of the screen. That's how it's done.
And it's in the perfect spot. Greg frees him up to get all the way to the bucket.
Where was the defense? No fighting through the pick, no rotation. My goodness.
Rubio, the pass to Šarić. That one off the back iron and out.
Boy, a clean, close look. What a missed opportunity.
And slam dunk by Noel.
That's an example of his athleticism, right? Nerlens Noel, the ability to leap up and ram it home.
And it's Rubio penetrating. Shoots it up. That's good on the jump shot. We're just over a minute and a half now into the fourth. Shooter passes to Gilgeous-Alexander. Back to Schroeder. A 3-ball. Phoenix grabs the miss. Ayton's got his 5th rebound in this one.
I'll tell you, even though he's not playing his best basketball, the team has played well and picked it up. I love it.
Left side, Šarić. Johnson attacking. The Thunder pull it in. They've led by as much as 10. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. That one drops for him. And the Thunder lead by 9.
And this is why coaches talk about playing with pace. The scoreboard tells it all.
I think, Greg, this is what we call, quote, running a team off the floor. They have been fantastic in transition.
And they're controlling the boards, Kevin. That's +5 in that category.
2 points. That one goes. Schroeder's got the lead up to 11 now for the Thunder. Doris, you've played, you've coached, you've broadcast, you've done it all in this business. How did you like to be coached when you were a player at the very top of your game?
Yeah, I think one of my favorite things were coaches who challenged me, those who would not allow me to accept the level I was currently at, those who wanted to push me and extend and expand my game. Listen, every player wants to be respected. Every player wants to feel valued. But the great ones to me, the LeBron James, the Kevin Durant's, they want to be coached hard. They want you to push them to the greatest possible level they're capable of.
Great insight.
and smothered him on that mid-range attempt.
Well, he sees the play developing, takes care of his responsibility. Just terrific job defensively.
Carter for three. Good on the three-point shot.
And he gives up some size on that play, but the defender fails to close the gap.
It's incredible to me how players have become so adept at creating just enough space to get the shot off. Nicely done.
Basket counts. And now just a 4-point Thunder lead.
Well, DeAndre Ayton is a team-first guy, and boy, does he set up the open man.
Here's Diallo.
That's his first personal foul. Hamidou Diallo.
He hits the first one, and that puts them up by 5. Bridges is checked in for the Suns. Devin Booker comes in for Ricky Rubio. Second one is good. In both at the line, and it's a 6-point ball game.
Well, we know this. Free throw shooting is such a mental aspect of the game. This guy keeps his composure and comes through.
And taken away by Paul. Latrey. Oklahoma City gets a new shot clock. Just 5 to shoot. They shoot again. Adam, great positioning on the putback. And the Thunder lead by 8.
Looking to close it out. That one might have been the backbreak.
Well, at this point, they're so far up, it would take a real collapse to give this game away at this point.
For 3, Booker. Dort grabs the miss. And here now the Thunder. There's 25 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Can't hit that one. Here's Bridges, and it's slammed in by Bridges.
And he gives that rim a good tug on the way down.
That's how you drive your point home right there. Now the basket going up. Here's Dort. He's covered by 8. Drops the first one, and that makes it a 7-point lead.
And no doubt, Paul is still a top-tier point guard, a determined defender, and, of course, a remarkable distributor.
For 3, Booker off on that one. So it's Oklahoma City picking up the win. All right, David, thank you. And that'll do it, folks. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and
benefits to the stick, resulting in unprecedented improvements to shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending. Unprecedented improvements to shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending.
and getting mentally prepared to compete. You see the focus. And with well, terrific attitude. It makes him very tough to handle. David, thank you. And the starting lineup for the Timberwolves.
Here we go.
Russell is out there with Malik Beasley. Then it's Karl Anthony Towns. And it's Hernan Gomez in at the 4 slot. And for the Suns, Booker and Bridges are the wings. Johnson is out there with DeAndre Ayton. And it's Jerome in at the point guard. He sinks the 11-footer. Not a lot of experience with this one, Clark, tonight, but 2 good young teams. Talk about the difficulty, though, of winning a championship without that veteran presence.
I think it's virtually impossible, Kevin, to have all young guys and be championship caliber, regardless of the talent level. Even the young Warriors teams had veterans like Andre Iguodala. Experience especially shows up at crunch time.
Very good point. Here's Hernan Gomez. Good, and the assist goes to Russell.
Yeah, you look at Russell, and one of the things I like most about his game is this guy has great vision and passing ability.
Jerome sinks the triple.
And good to get him going early. That shot should give him some confidence.
Perhaps he's set for a big night. I mean, he can be a difference maker for him when he's on his game.
So it's the Timberwolves now. Outside, Russell. Pass to Hernan Gomez. And taken away by Johnson. Finished off the break.
You gotta love his hustle, leaving the defense no time to react.
And, you know, you're going to get those buckets, guys, when you're quick to get out on the break. Get that ball up the court as fast as you can.
For Phoenix, they've gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Here's Booker. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Booker's got his 2nd bucket of the night.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
And here in the first, closing in on 2 minutes play. Okogie, the pass to Towns. And they get it. A rebound by Johnson.
Fantastic positioning there to contest that one.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, he challenged the shot, and you can see the effects on the release of that shot. I mean, it turned a simple jumper into a tough one.
Oh, he just punches that one down with a fury.
He rubs it in a little deeper with the hanging finish.
Guys, they're not backing off at all, are they?
Russell from long range. Buries it from 3-point range. Russell's got 5 points so far.
You know, early in his career, there were questions surrounding D'Angelo Russell's maturity, and understandably so. That's the case with most young players. But of late, in his case, his improvement as a player and his growth as a person is impressive.
Here's Beasley following the basket by DeAndre Ayton. Beasley kicks to Towns. Passes it to Okogie. Tries a 3. It's hauled in by the Suns. And beginning his career at the Lakers, coaches wanted Russell to take a more serious approach.
Yeah, you know what? I think his last year there, losing the trust of his teammates, probably woke him up a bit. Sometimes you got to go through the adversity to recognize what you need to change. It's not enough to just put up numbers. You've got to be a professional in how you go about your business, and plenty to like about where D'Angelo Russell is and where he's headed.
Good work there as it goes. And so it's Russell with it. He'll bring it up for the Timberwolves. Trailing by 4. Shoots from 12. Hernan Gomez. Nice persistence to tip it back up and in.
Oh, and a nice job of turning that miss into 2 points on the tip in.
Hustle points, I believe they call them. Hustle points right there.
And great instincts, too, guys, anticipating where the miss was going.
Now here's Booker. We saw him with 29 points last game. Such a wide-open look.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
Purposeful passing it is, partner. Their last 10 points have all come off assists.
There's Okogie, and stolen by Booker. Johnson, the pass to Jerome. That one falls, coming off the Johnson feet. Johnson's got 3 assists now in this one. Timberwolves trail by 6. Pass to Okogie. And here's Beasley. Nice ball movement by Minnesota. Good on the shot.
Quick trigger off the catch and shoot. Towns giving the defense no time to react.
Here's Bridges. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. There's Russell with the three, and it's Ayton with the rebound.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
It's stolen by Hernan Gomez. 6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks, and Towns gets it to go.
Tell you what, going end to end, Towns may not always look like he's moving fast, but he's gobbling up some ground in a hurry, and some of that is his stride. But that fella's got some big feet too.
And there's a whistle. That goes on Mikal Bridges. That's his first foul.
That's his first personal foul.
Here's Culver. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Houston. Dishes to Johnson. And he hits it to tie the game up.
And that's an example of playing big, adapting to the situation.
And sometimes that's the best policy when you're going up against a big guy. Take it to the 10, right at him, get to the rack.
And it looks like they are going to review the play. The question, did he get the basket off in time? Well, it's been a high-scoring competitive game through the first quarter of play. Suns lead by 2. We'll get things started in the second quarter.
I want to be the best player who ever played. And,
His coaches, Greg, and teammates love hearing that.
And how can you not? I mean, that kind of drive is special. And with his tools and potential, hard to put a ceiling on just how good he can be.
And buenas noches, basketball fans. It's Latin night here on 2K Sports. And you might have noticed the custom jerseys worn by the players. And an important part of every team's game, a look at the hustle stats for the Suns.
They've made the commitment to get out and run, and it's paid off with some highlight reel plays in transition.
The other thing that's helped them early tonight are the points they've been able to convert off turnover.
They've got Šarić, Carter out there with Payne. Then it's Aaron Baines, and it's Kaminsky in a power forward. So that's the Suns' 5 as we get into the second quarter. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. It goes on Jarrett Culver.
Yeah, I love how Kaminsky uses his physical attributes to his advantage on the drive, forcing the defense to foul.
And one thing the Wolves have done well over the past few seasons, taking care of the ball.
Yeah, you know, they squeeze it well. Low turnovers can be a double-edged sword, though. If you don't make many mistakes, maybe you're not being aggressive enough.
Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Well, Kevin, D'Angelo Russell was traded from the Lakers and, in his words, was kicked on the way out. He's become an all-star in Brooklyn. Russell said, it's a heck of an accomplishment. That respect from your peers, your coaches, other teams, it's a great feeling. Kevin, given how it started for him in L.A., many remain shocked by Russell's rapid ascent.
Coming into his own, you're right, David. Thank you. Noel. 5 on the clock. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
The entire defense was frozen foot. Nobody picked up the shooter, Kevin.
Here's Baines. Great for the Phoenix Suns with a franchise-high 9-year playoff drought. There is pressure on this team to find their way out of that long rebuild.
And their moves on draft night, they raised some eyebrows. They've got some young talent, but can new coach Monty Williams turn them into a winner? Long-suffering Suns fans certainly hope so.
Now, here's Culver. He's guarded closely. Johnson surveying the floor. Misses that one. He's made 1 and missed 2 this game so far.
Minnesota foul. That's his first personal foul.
Here's Carter. His second shot goes in. Off to a good start. 2 for 2.
Easy little jumper for him right there, guys.
And then Johnson with the dunk.
And he's an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
He is, and he picks the simple one-hand stump to get the 2 points.
Hey, guys, I know I'm stating the obvious here, but those could be an important 2 points considering how close this game is.
Phoenix shooting their 5th and 6 free throws of the game.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
And comparing to the numbers of last season, they've made a bit of improvement, so that's some positive momentum they can look to build on.
Here's what Phoenix has got going on right now. Bridges comes in for Frank Kaminsky, and it's Devin Booker in for Cameron Payne. Carter drives in. Saric against Johnson. The shot by Saric, no good. Looking at the last game for the Timberwolves, it was a loss to the Rockets in Houston. Yep, it goes in, and the Suns' lead is cut down to just 2 points with the bucket from Karl Anthony Towns. For Phoenix, they've gone 2 of 4 shooting the ball here in the second.
And you look at how Towns is so effective on offense, and it's because he really has the entire package for a big man. Back to the basket, facing up, playing outside or in, off the bounce or on the catch. This guy can do it all.
Here's what Minnesota's going with right now. Juan Hernangomez, he's checked in for Johnson. Okogie comes in for Jake Layman. And it's Russell in for Culver. Count that one. Jerome's got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
No defensive pressure at all. I mean, that's not going to get it done against him.
Timberwolves have gone 6 of 9 in the second quarter. Some good work from the field. And Greg, as you said, it's the skill level of Towns at his young age that is so incredible.
Very capable 3-ball shooter, but he likes backing you down on the block as well. You step back and look at what he can do for a team, and there aren't really any holes in his game.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
Beasley, and oh boy, a lot of contact. And folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul. Close game like this, and he thought it wasn't a good call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Clock at 6. Booker against Towns. And Ayton the bucket on the assist by Booker. And the Suns lead by 2.
And using that 7'5" wingspan, putting it back off the miss, one of Ayton's specialties. And that's the tough part of trying to keep him on the floor. Now he picks up that 3rd foul.
And he can't hit the second. The Suns have gotten a little under 50% of their second quarter shots to find the mark. 4 of 9 all told. Bridges shot. Good.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
Here's Russell. Makes the bucket. Now he's got 5 field goals, 5 for 8 in the game.
Guys, that was really nice work mixing in this shot. When Russell is squared up and shooting with confidence, which is most of the time, he can bury it.
And can you always depend on him or what to lead you to the right place with that pass? Money.
From 18 feet away, and he got that one up in time, but doesn't go. And some good action through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Suns.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, folks, for the Suns, the first quarter was pretty even. At the end of the period, they held a 2-point lead. And
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. You look at D'Angelo Russell, what a contribution.
No problems fighting his way to the rim in this one. A lot of points in close.
Yeah, you know what, guys? They gave him too many free runs to the hoop in the first half. I think they've got to be a lot tougher on him. Body him up. Be physical with him.
Well, we've got a moment. Let's set the floor. Brought to you by Gatorade. All fueled up for the second half. So on the floor for Minnesota, we've got Russell. Also Malik Beasley out there. And it's a Kogi in at the 3 slot. The mid-range jump shot, you've talked about this a lot, is still valuable if you can hit it with consistency.
Yeah, and if it's a quality shot, Kevin, I think you should shoot it. Move the defense, move the ball to get a quality shot. And I think one of the very best at knocking down the mid-range jump shot, Kevin Durant clearly. But how about Chris Middleton? Elite mid-range jump shooter. And DeMar DeRozan as well has a strong mid-range game too.
And that's a pure hustle play, getting to the offensive glass for the tip-in.
And that's the kind of quality you see in any strong offensive rebounder, isn't it?
Definitely. You're not going to make plays like that unless you expend the energy.
And so it's Towns with it. He brings it up for the Minnesota Timberwolves. It's a 3-point game. They've shared the load offensively.
And guys, they put the defense on their heels. You can see right now they're trying to react, and that's what you want when you're in a rhythm offensively. Oh, and look at how well he led him in there. Really, he passed him open for that deuce.
Count it. 14 points for D'Angelo Russell.
And, you know, this is one of D'Angelo's biscuit and butter moves. I mean, quick pull-up off the dribble. He loves that one.
Jerome passes to Bridges. Down low, Ayton kicks it out to Booker. And the 3-ball is good. Booker's got the lead up to 6 now for the Suns.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Really a prime example of the difference in how these teams have operated offensively. Much more individual play at the other end.
Here's Beasley. And so it looks like the Timberwolves will retain possession here. And taking a broader look here at the year-over-year scoring trend for Saric.
And maybe it's shocking, maybe not too shocking, but the scoring trend over the last few years has been going down a bit. I'm sure it's something he's well aware of, and we'll see if that continues to be the case. And that's his 4th, and no doubt he would have liked to have not gotten it this soon.
And the Suns with a completely new group on the floor. Layman pass to Johnson. No good with the layup.
Boy, that defense smothered him in there. Love the intensity.
The pass to Kaminsky. Chalk up 2 there. And now an 8-point Suns lead.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Culver with it. Now guarded by Kaminsky. Here's Reed. The shot. No good. The Suns go the other way with it.
And you think about the 2 best talents in Wolves history, KG, obviously, and probably Big Cat.
I would not disagree. I mean, KG is a Hall of Famer. And the Cat, Karl Anthony Towns, has been terrific early in his career. The rebounding and scoring, the versatility at that size between those 2 guys. Well, it could have possibly been like the Admiral and Tim Duncan. Well, maybe not quite that good, but really good.
And no doubt they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
And that deficit will go away quickly if he does, Greg.
Well, I like the way he capped off that drive. The one-hand hole punch.
Saric passes to Kaminsky. And now the Timberwolves on the break. That's it, and the Suns' lead is cut down to just 4 points with a bucket from Reed.
I tell you what, they won't be down for long if they can get some more early offense like that.
Payne dishes to Baines. Count the bucket coming off a perfectly placed assist. Baines has got 8 points.
They didn't have much of a problem getting the ball into the post that time.
Pass to Reed. Fires the 3. Nice ball movement by Minnesota. And the foul called on Cameron Payne. That's his first foul.
Man, it's close, but, didn't get on balance quick enough.
Yeah, and as quick as players are at this level, in this day and age, I mean, you've got to be perfect in your anticipation to draw the charge.
Booker, he's checked in for Payne. And the Timberwolves also making a change. Russell's checked in. And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for the Suns.
They keep piling up the assists, and they haven't cooled off at all.
They've consistently drilled the mid-range jumper tonight as well, which has forced the D to come out on them.
Another miss by Minnesota. 2-for-1 chance here.
Let's see if they use the clock to their advantage.
Up again. It's good on the putback. And the Suns lead by 7.
Solid rebound there, and with the score like it is, that's an area where they can't afford to get lazy.
Yeah, another column in the stat sheet that hasn't gone in their favor. To climb back, they've got to put forth more effort.
Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. Here's Carter. The shot, no good. Nice D from Russell. Timberwolves trail by 5. Here's Reed. Another shot. Banked in off the glass. He's got 5.
Just a grinder. Always doing the dirty work on the offensive glass, and that's one of the things he brings to the table.
And that's out of bounds. Phoenix will retain possession. 7 seconds left in the third quarter. Here's Kaminsky. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Yeah, when Frank Kaminsky plays like this with this kind of aggressiveness, it forces the defense to react.
Both shots good from the stripe. Okogie for 3, and no good on the last second attempt this time. And as we end the third quarter, a great game. Both teams playing well. 3/10 quarters behind us. One more to go. Thanks for being with us as we begin the fourth. And it's Russell with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Minnesota Timberwolves. Trailing by 5. It's off to Oklahoma City for him after this game, so they have the Thunder to look forward to. The 7-game road trip continues for them. That'll be game number 3. Booker and Johnson fill out the wings. Saric and Ayton at the 4 and the 5. And it's Jerome in at the 1 spot. That's who's out there for Phoenix.
You know, Russell's known for his scoring ability, but I like the fact that he's eager and hungry to continue to improve.
And Ayton throws it down.
You love how each side has risen to the challenge throughout this one.
Hey, defense has taken a back burner, secondary on the marquee, but who doesn't love a game like this? Let's go. I like offense.
And a quick look at how the Suns' schedule is shaping up. On Saturday, they'll go up against Kristaps Porzingis and the Dallas Mavericks. And then on Wednesday, they'll take on Karl Anthony Towns and the Minnesota Timberwolves.
And looking at the Mavericks matchup, they'll need to be at their best for this contest. Anything short of excellence, and they'll be in for a rough ride.
Juan Hernangomez, he's checked in for Johnson. Here's Booker. Ayton trying to break free. A nice shot by Booker.
And the D not really doing its job there. A little slow to react to the ball getting into the paint.
Now, here is Russell. Defense right on him. No good from Beasley.
And, you know, even though that shot didn't go down, I like how they got him a wide-open look in space there.
Booker kicks it out to Johnson. Passes to Jerome. From the line. Almost, but it rolls out.
The shot's there for him, and he's got to take it. I don't care if he doesn't convert. That's a shot he has to continue to take.
Yeah, you know, the willingness from Towns to share the ball, just another reason why his guys love playing with him.
Baseline jumper. The putback. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
And those second chance points really become almost like bonus points when you can get them.
Beasley finds Towns. Now Russell. Beasley left side. Towns with it. Now guarded by Ayton. Beasley against Booker. Just 5 on the clock. Beasley, the pass to Towns. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Johnson. Here's Beasley. He trains it as the shot clock ticks down. Beasley's got 4 points now in the quarter.
And that's right in his wheelhouse, looking to make an impact when it counts.
You know, they want the ball in his hands here because they trust him to hit all the big shots.
A terrific move by Johnson to score. And the Suns lead by 4.
Cashing in on the interior, making it look all too easy.
Here's Russell, and again it's Minnesota converting.
You know, we've seen a big jump from Russell in terms of his production. Now he's a legitimate scorer who can dominate a game with his offense.
Here's Jerome. He's guarded by Russell. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. That one is on Towns.
At the line for your Suns, Jerome.
He's off on the first. Good on the second free throw. Timberwolves trail by 3. Russell feeling it out a bit. Pass to Hernan Gomez. Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points. So 1 free throw coming up.
And you want him taking big shots for you in big moments. That one was as easy as it gets.
Well, you don't want to give him any open shots at this stage. Never mind a layup. Come on now. My goodness.
The Suns making a switch here. Carter's checked in. Uses the glass to finish the layup. There's a minute 47 left to play here in the fourth. Here's Russell. Count it. And with that basket, he's now 9 of 15 from the floor.
And now just having some fun. Russell, you know he likes the big moment. Great confidence and great results.
And that's out of bounds. Phoenix will retain possession.
Great instincts from him to get a hand on that pass and tip it out.
And, you know, even though they didn't come up with the steal, that's still a nice defensive play.
Sharch has checked in for Phoenix. Now, here's Bridges. Ayton, great positioning on the putback. And the Suns lead by 2.
He is showing signs of maturity in these moments. It's clear that Ayton takes pride in coming through for his team.
And slam dunk by Sharch.
Sharch not backing away from having the ball in his hands in a big spot. Well done.
1:03 left here in the fourth quarter. Good on the first, and that narrows the lead down to just 3. Good on both.
And now down to a one-possession game. Those foul shots, huge.
Carter kicks to Bridges. 50 seconds left in the fourth. Back to Carter. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Booker finds Carter. They grab their own miss.
I love the determination he showed there, getting himself into good position under the glass.
With the presence of mind to know just where the rebound was going to come down. Well timed.
And then the nifty touch to tip it in as well.
Good.
Oh, you just love seeing a player with absolutely no fear.
Cool, calm, collected, and confident in the biggest moment of the game. Yes.
12 seconds left in the game. The Suns need to get a shot off. Here's Ayton. Misses. So it's the Suns taking the W in a close one. That was a fun night of basketball.
benefits to the stick, resulting in unprecedented improvements to shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending. Unprecedented improvements to shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending.
Welcome to the special edition of 2K TV.
The wait is almost over. We are just days away from 2K Day and the launch of NBA 2K21.
And if you can't wait, you can get early access to the NBA 2K21 demo right now. Here's how you get started.
There was no mistaking the Thunder as they got off the bus. And here's a look at some numbers for BC.
In the last 5 games, you can see the trend upwards for effective field goal percentage. And it shows you how confident he's playing right now.
So here's Oklahoma City's starting group. Gallinari and Adams, the combo out front. Gilgeous-Alexander out there with Paul. And it's Dort in at the 3 slot. And for Minnesota, Russell is out there with Beasley. Then it's Karl Anthony Towns. And it's Hernan Gomez in at the 4-man position. Russell, no luck. And Adams has got the ball here for Oklahoma City.
Well, that's a guy out there in Steven Adams that you just have to pay attention to. Every night he's going to bang around the opposing big guys and be a threat around the rim to score and pick up offensive rebounds.
And so it's the Thunder getting on the board first. Russell with a wide open look. It's hauled in by Adams. To the left wing. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Oklahoma City the rebound. Here's Dort. Nice fake, but the layup off the mark. We've played just over a minute here in the first. And with Adams on the offensive glass, he is impossible to move.
Well, that's a big reason why a couple years ago, Kevin, he grabbed more offensive rebounds than defensive rebounds. So you know he's going to live in the paint.
Now, here is Russell. He's coming off a 28-point game against the Rockets in Houston.
I felt like in that game, too, he was a man on a mission defensively. Finishing up with 4 steals is an impressive feat. And you can tell, takes pride in that part of the game. There are only a few players in the league who can hit a teammate like that in stride. Beautiful assist.
For 3, Beasley. And no good that time. Now Oklahoma City takes it the other way.
Still searching out their offensive game right now. 1 of 5 from the field to start this one.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
Are you asking me, GA? I'm not sure.
Here's Okogie. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. Towns kicks to Beasley. Clock at 4. Lets it go from the wing. After 2 misses to start the game, he's on the board with that shot made.
Now that's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
And the coach over there just asking for one simple thing, and that's some effort. Got burned on that one. For him, it's harder to miss that shot than it is to make that shot. I think he was anticipating a bit of a bump there.
Now flying high and throwing it down with the one hand.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys. Now here's Paul. He's coming off a 28-point game against Utah.
And don't forget about the work he did on the boards. His rebounding was a huge help in that game.
Towns finds Russell. Back to Towns. No good on the shot. A bit long that time.
That's a shocker there. Did not expect him to miss from that range. He's got to be shooting close to 60% from there.
And he gets the bucket. Gallinari's got his second bucket of the night. Brent, with offensive rebounding, which players can you count on to create second chance opportunities every game they play?
Well, Giannis in Milwaukee does a pretty good job with his length, grabbing boards and being able to go back in and cause some problems for the defense. Rudy Gobert is always around the rim, both defensively and offensively. DeAndre Jordan did that for years. It will be interesting to see if he can continue that role down there to be a putback and a stick-back guy. Unblockable shot unless they get a bigger man on him. And I'm looking at the roster sheet, Kevin. I don't see anybody bigger.
Okogie for 3. No good. Shot missing. And it's Oklahoma City the other way. This game coming after a loss against the Jazz. Paul with the ball. Beasley covering. The shot's good.
Well, that's a sweet spot for Paul. That zone between the arc and the paint might be his favorite. A career 50% two-point shooter.
Now here's Beasley. And it's Towns missing.
Well, that's a shot they want just about on every possession if they can get it. He doesn't make them all, but still very much a high percentage look.
Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. Well, when Danilo Gallinari came into the NBA, Brent, he was just a catch-and-shoot type player. But he's so much more than that now.
Well, I think with the way the league has changed with the three-point shot and Gallinari's ability to do that, he's gotten a lot smarter about picking his spots when the pump fake can drive in and draw some contact.
Whole new look on the floor for Minnesota. Layman pass to Culver. 26 seconds left to play here in the first. It's stolen by Muscala and taken away by Johnson. Now here's Culver. He's guarded by Schroeder. Lets it go from 11. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
And folks, he did not luck into that one. He knew just where he wanted to be to grab that backboard.
Lays it up and banks it in.
Trying to get more confident shooting from the interior. Schroeder wants to keep adding some elements to the offensive end of his game.
And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
First trip to the line for him here.
And he didn't do him any favors in their last game. His performance at the line was porous.
With Schroeder, it's all about speed. He just changes direction and shifts into another gear, Kevin. That's where his advantage lies.
And that concludes the first quarter of play. Chris Ball talks about the matchups he faces at the point guard.
The toughest position in the NBA night.
And CP3, one of the most competitive players in the game.
It's an obsession with him, and you can see how hard he gets after it every time he takes the court.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter in this one. And for the Thunder guys, what stands out to you so far?
Stingy on the defensive end in that first quarter. They were just getting up into people.
Just a great job, really, of making the game ugly, trying to muck it up a little bit out there.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, as the second quarter gets going. On the court for Minnesota, Layman is out there with Johnson. Then it's Culver, and it's Reed in at the 5 spot.
Oh boy, to be young again.
Makes you nostalgic, doesn't it?
And battling hard on the glass, they hold the advantage here so far.
And for the Thunder, a lot of the assistant coaches leaving this past summer. Greg, how much of a concern is that for head coach Billy Donovan?
Possibly a sign that Donovan could be on the hot seat in OKC. I mean, 3 consecutive first-round exits. Donovan on the final year of his deal. The clock is definitely ticking. You know, we talk about it all the time, guys. Those second-chance buckets, always the result of that extra effort.
Layman kicks to Culver. Shot clock at 5. And out of bounds as the Thunder gain possession. Well, now let's check out the rookies shooting the highest percentage over the last 10 games. A very confident group of young men right now. Third is Jarrett Culver. Here's Schroeder, and he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. Greg, last season, Dennis Schroeder transitioning to more of a 6-man role with the Thunder.
And for his first go at that role, I thought Schroeder looked really good. He's always been able to score and create, and coming off the bench might be the best spot for him.
Andre Robertson, he's checked in for the Thunder. Here's Culver. Can't cash in from close range.
Well, that's how to protect the rim without fouling. Force him into an awkward release and a bit of an adjustment on the layup.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
They need this, and he sinks the layup.
I'll tell you, Culver has an array of moves once he gets into the paint.
Noel, that will not get it done. He's 0 for 2. Timberwolves trail by 11. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Here's Johnson. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
It's good from Schroeder on the assist from Robertson. Schroeder's got the lead up to 13 now for the Thunder. Pass to Culver. Falls through. He's now made 2 of 4.
And those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten here in the first half.
To the right side. Here's Schroeder. The jumper from the free throw line is good. Schroeder's got 6 in the quarter.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Culver passes to Reed. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. It's on Dennis Schroeder.
Yeah, the defender all over.
The Timberwolves shooting their first free throws of the evening.
And 75% on the season as a unit from the free throw line.
And Oklahoma City making a change here. Steven Adams, he's checked in for Noel. Alinari comes in for Muscala. Shea Gilgeous-Alexander checked in for Terrence Ferguson. And it's Paul in for Dennis Schroeder. And it's Gilgeous-Alexander in the corner. The shot misses. And it's the Timberwolves taking it the other way. A tough loss coming against the Rockets in the last game they played.
Yeah, you saw the communication breakdowns defensively, just giving up way too many open looks.
Yeah, sometimes you can play good on-ball defense, but it's the help defense that makes you elite. And on that night, nobody rotating and not a lot of help.
Okogie's checked in for Minnesota. Russell against Paul. Over Russell. It's good. It's his second basket. He's shooting 2 for 4. And it's Russell with the ball. He'll bring it up for Minnesota. They trail by 11. Hangs. There we go. Now in the scoring column with that make, he is 1 for 4.
Showing improved power. Russell takes a hit on the drive there, but still able to convert.
From deep, Gallinari. It's rebounded by Towns.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
No, I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
For Minnesota, they have had 2 chances at the line already, making them both. Diallo, he's checked in for Oklahoma City. And so he makes both from the line.
In this quarter, they've had the right approach, driving and drawing, initiating contact, create opportunities, get to the line.
Paul kicks to Gallinari. Shot from the top of the key. Slam dunk by Diallo.
This is why you love Chris Paul running your offense. Just move without the ball, find some space, and the ball will find you.
He gets it up. And so it's the Oklahoma City Thunder.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Ernie Johnson. Kenny the Jet Smith is right here. Say hey to the folks, Kenny. Hey, folks. Say hey to the folks. A competitive matchup for Oklahoma City in the first quarter. At the end of one, they were able to end up with a... And that's going to do it for...
And happy you could join us. We've got 2 quarters left to go in regulation. One guy who's been getting it done is Dennis Schroeder.
Yeah, and through the first 2 quarters, he has been the offense for this team.
Yeah, he's shouldering the load right now and looking really comfortable while he's doing it.
And on the floor for Billy Donovan as we get into the second half. Gallinari and Adams, the combo out front. Paul out there with Gilgeous-Alexander. And it's George in at the 3, the small forward. At the number of trades now starting to involve stars. Feels like the league's power balance is always shifting to some degree.
Yeah, and I think organizations that are trying to stay ahead of the trend, Kevin, might think about, we might have a star for just 2 years. How can we get the next one? Backside of that, Kevin, is a lot of these star players are signing deals that are not extending to 4, 5, 6 years. You can't even do that anymore. So you get a guy for a couple years. What he wants to do is maximize his earning potential for 1 or 2 seasons, become a free agent again, and then look around the league where opportunities not only to win, but to also cash in. That's what's happening in today's game.
And it's Gallinari missing. Timberwolves trail by 9. Pass to Hernan Gomez. Okogie for 3. It's hauled in by Adams. Adams has got 5 rebounds tonight. Here's Dort. It's deflected.
So far, Kevin, the third quarter has not started well. Just 1 of 4.
Gilgeous-Alexander with the steal. From 13, pass to Adams. Paul looking over the floor. takes the 13-footer, and it hung on the rim but wouldn't fall for him. Minnesota's gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Hernan Gomez, no good. The Thunder leading by 9. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander, and a great assist by Paul as that one goes in. Paul's got his 3rd assist on the night. Timberwolves have gotten just one of their first 4 shots to fall since coming out of the locker room with the break. Russell against Paul. Fires from the line. Second shot opportunity. And a great move from Hernan Gomez as he gets it to go. Hernan Gomez has got 6. Paul for 3. And Karl-Anthony Towns pulls it down. Towns has got 6 rebounds now in the game.
No doubt it's been a bit of a struggle for him here in this quarter in terms of scoring.
Hernan Gomez finds Beasley. And there's the pass to Okogie. 4 on the clock. The Timberwolves need to get a shot off here. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over.
All right, a chance to check out the stats for Paul. He's been fantastic over the last 10 games or so, averaging about 18 points per, 7 assists, and 4 rebounds. They're loving how he's running the show here. His sensational passing really breathing life into their offense.
Something in the coach's playbook here where the schemes fire on all cylinders. When he is in the game, a great conduit for them offensively. He knows where everyone is at all times.
Johnson and a good offensive board, and he gets the bucket.
Just a nice job of sniffing one out right there. Would love to see Johnson try to get a few more of those freebies.
Dort passes to Gilgeous-Alexander. Here's Schroeder. Hit the putback. Here's Noel. They get it again. Pass to Dort. Up top, Gilgeous-Alexander. Tries yet again. Johnson with the block.
Well, if you can use that athleticism on offense, why not try it on defense? James Johnson putting his 7'1" wingspan to great use.
And it's Towns with the ball. He'll bring it up for Minnesota. Their defense has only allowed 6 points in the second half.
Wow, rising up with ease right there, James Johnson up and throwing down.
Here's Schroeder. Towns with the defensive effort. Timberwolves trail by 7. To the paint, and now here's Johnson, the fast break chance.
And running with a full head of steam, but completely under control.
Yeah, you think he's comfortable at that speed. He's done it so many times before. Just an absolute blur in transition, and that helps get the rhythm going.
Gallinari with the steal. Here's Noel, out of hand on it.
And great positioning there from Colton, and that's what allowed him to get the block.
Beasley, the pass to Johnson, and the shot goes in. Now just a 3-point Oklahoma City lead.
Yeah, I love the communication and the chemistry between those teammates.
Shot and game clock separated by 5. Gallinari left side. Passes it to Gilgeous-Alexander. Here's Schroeder. And again, unable to change momentum here. There's the lob to Towns. Got a piece of it and taken away by Johnson. Here's the lob to the hoop. We're at the end of the third, and we've still got a close one. And a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assists of the game.
And how about the floor generalship right here? I mean, showing us why they're always in good hands when he's the man in charge.
Great hands, great vision. That makes great things happen for your offense.
And I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the fourth quarter. We've got Johnson, and it's Wayman in at the 3 slot. So that's the lineup for Minnesota. And out of bounds as the Thunder gain possession. Oklahoma City leading by 3. And here is Muscala. Pass to Diallo. Dishes to Robertson. 6 to shoot. The putback. It's good on the putback.
Just in a perfect position to to grab that rebound and then get the putback.
Johnson goes in. Here's Reed. The pass to Lehman. The second chance effort, and he gets the jumper to drop.
Where was the D on that one? Just too easy.
Here's Robertson. We've played just over 1 minute here in the fourth quarter. And it's Noel missing.
Well, there's more he could have done in this game for sure, but it hasn't kept them from pulling ahead.
And Russell gets it to go.
Again and again, they're dissecting the defense and creating those high percentage looks from inside.
Diallo kicks to Muscala. He can't get it to go. The Timberwolves go the other way with it. And now Minnesota on the fast break. And then Johnson with the jam.
Such a valuable player for this team. You like seeing James Johnson take some shots and get himself going.
Here's Ferguson, and 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. That one's on Johnson. And he makes the first. He makes 1 of 2 that time.
And you can see that even though he ties the game up, disappointed he couldn't give him the lead.
Dort passes to Adams. Here's Ferguson. 6 on the shot clock. Gilgeous-Alexander kicks to Ferguson. Here's Dort, and they force the shot clock violation. Great D.
And you can tolerate gaffes like that sometimes, but in a close game, man, I tell you what, that really hurts.
Russell with it. And over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the fourth. And that one, good.
Yeah, you want the momentum on your side, and Russell showing you how it's done.
And Gilgeous-Alexander's got the ball here for Oklahoma City. A 2-point game. That shot, no good. Towns with the defensive effort. Timberwolves have gone an outstanding 4 of 5 from the field in the fourth quarter so far. Hernan Gomez passes to Okogie. Beasley against Gallinari. And Beasley, here we go. And that one drops for him. Beasley's got the lead up to 4 now for the Timberwolves. For Oklahoma City, they've gone 1 of 5 from the field here in the fourth. A lot of misses, just the 1 make. Pass to Ferguson. Feeds to Gallinari. And he uses the glass on the layup.
Big time shot from Gallinari. This is why he's one of the leaders of the team.
Passes it to Hernan Gomez. And that'll be 2 free throws. And here we go. A coach's challenge has been initiated. We'll have to now review the personal foul in question.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able to. A challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
That doesn't happen all that often, but Steven Adams stepping up big here.
1:03 left in the fourth quarter of this one. A drive by Russell. To the middle. Hernan Gomez passes to Towns. Out to Russell. Here's Okogie. And poor shot selection there. Not a high percentage look for him. To the wing on the left. Oklahoma City moving it around. Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City. They're behind by 2. 36 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, your thoughts?
And look at
at how much time they have, I think it's likely we'll see them try to get a good look and score quickly.
Now the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, James Johnson.
Yeah, and his percentage from the field tonight, just amazing. He hadn't just been gunning. He's been picking his spots, and you need that kind of patience and discipline to shoot as well as he has.
Dennis Schroeder's checked in for the Thunder. Chris Paul comes in for Terrence Ferguson. On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, during the break, I listened in on Billy Donovan's huddle with his team, and he's pushing them to empty the tank. He said, I know you're tired and it's been a tough game, but we can't hold back. If you're tired, come out. Otherwise, I want you full speed. Guys.
Thank you, David.
Remember that one. Guys, a difference maker.
I'm wondering, Greg, is that the biggest shot of the game?
Ball outside to take the lead. Off target from downtown. So it's Minnesota taking the W in a close one. That was a fun night of basketball.
unprecedented improvements, shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending. unprecedented improvements. Shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending.
Welcome, everybody. And now a chance to take a look at some numbers for Sharich.
And the biggest takeaway when you look at his numbers is how good his three-point shooting has been the past 5 games. He's finding the open spots on the perimeter, and when he's getting good looks, boy, he is not missing.
So here's Oklahoma City's starting group. Gallinari and Adams, the combo out front. Gilgeous-Alexander out there with Paul, and it's Dort in at the 3. And for the Suns, Bridges and Sharich make up the forwards. Then there's Devin Booker, and it's Jerome in at the 1 spot.
And every season, the Thunder continue to be one of the more dominating teams on the glass.
Just wonder how much Steven Adams has been the catalyst for that kind of mentality. We know that offensively he's always in there to grab rebounds, but it's part of what they know is important in any possession is collecting the ball.
Gilgeous-Alexander can't get it to go. Here's Booker. He can't get that one. And the Thunder going the other way now. They went to Phoenix for their last meeting with the Suns and came out with a win.
And they really squeaked out a close one in that last matchup. Came down to just a few turnovers that gave them the margin of victory.
Sharich trying to break free. That's good from Booker on the assist by Ayton.
Not at all a bad passer for a center. Ayton with the feed.
Dort passes to Gallinari, and it's in there.
Uncovered at the rim, finding cracks in the defense here early on.
Just really smart basketball and exploiting whatever holes that he's seeing right now in the defensive squad.
Here's Jerome. Gallinari making his last shot. Here's Bridges. And the rebound goes to the Thunder. This game coming after a loss against the Jazz. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. No good on the triple. Suns have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. Goes up at the stripe. Dort grabs the miss. For Oklahoma City, they've gone just 1 of 4 to get this game started. Adams dishes to Gallinari. And Adams with the slam.
Now, Gallinari at that size can do a little bit of everything, and I like to see him dishing the rock.
And Adams kicks to Gilgeous-Alexander. Here's Dort, and it's denied. They retain possession. That's a 2 from Paul. That doesn't go in. Had a chance, though, to take the lead.
And you look at the way Steven Adams has developed his offense the last few years. It's been a huge boost for this team. He has always been a great defender, but now he is an important cog on this team in terms of scoring.
Dort. The shot comes out, so Phoenix will take it the other way. To the inside. Here's Booker. Makes it off the glass. Booker's got 9.
And Devin Booker showing a nice touch around the rim.
And with Adams in his offense, you forget how young he is.
And big men, sometimes they just take a little longer to find their path in the NBA. And Adams has certainly found his. I remember him being in mostly to screen and rebound when he was a rookie, but look how far his game has come.
Here's Booker. The Thunder making the shot. Shot from 6. It's hauled in by Adams. Thunder trailing by 3. And Gallinari kicks to Paul. Oklahoma City moving it around. And a great assist by Gilgeous-Alexander as that one goes in.
That's a sweet spot for Paul. That zone between the arc and the paint might be his favorite. A career 50% two-point shooter.
And the Suns making a change here. Johnson's checked in. And a switch here also for Oklahoma City. Noel's checked in. That's tipped, but he gets it back. Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Paul. There's the 3. Here's Adams. Now Booker. 29 points for him last game against Portland.
And we have to mention his rebounding. It wasn't all about the offense. He battled his tail off down low.
And that one's good. Noel.
Great to have Noel active like that, proving how dangerous he can be on the inside.
Gallinari outside. Shoots over Bridges. And too long on the shot.
Now that's just enough defensive pressure on him to throw off that shot. I bet he gets a good look at it next time and hits it.
And again, it's the Suns missing.
I'm not sure how he finds himself in so much space there. He's kicking himself for whiffing a bit on that one.
And that one drops. Adams has got his second bucket tonight.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
And the basket is good. Got it to go through on the contact, so a free throw coming up. A great opportunity for a three-point play. Phoenix shooting their first free throw of the night here.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
2018, the first name called in the draft was one DeAndre Ayton out of Arizona. This guy is going to be around for a long time.
The 3. And no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. It's all tied in Phoenix. And we'll be back in just a moment with the start of the second quarter. There's a great friendship between Melo, LeBron.
It's been a sort of long.
And you see that a lot nowadays. Star players developing friendships and GA spending time with each other off the floor.
Yeah, some people hate it because they want that bad blood you used to see, but no reason you have to hate someone to really compete against them.
And as we return, it's Noche Latina, celebrating the NBA's connection to the Latin American community. And from what we've seen, guys, from the Suns, what are you thinking so far?
Well, their effort on the defensive end has set the tone for this game.
That defense has been infectious here as everybody stepping up aggressively on that end.
In a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. Setting the floor for the Suns, Aaron Baines out there with Kaminsky. Then it's Payne. Then it's Johnson. And it's Carter in at the shooting guard. There's a lot of talk, Brent, about eliminating divisions, something that's been discussed. I think that's going to happen.
I don't understand what the divisions are. Do you?
No. We don't pay attention to the divisions.
We don't pay any attention to the divisions.
It's all about conference.
And we know that divisions end up helping in some ways with the playoff seedings, but it just seems strange today to have the divisions the way they are divided up. I think it helps when you're opening up a fish wrap in the morning if you check a traditional newspaper, but otherwise, there could be something that goes away soon.
From about 19 feet, no good. And it's Oklahoma City the other way. And after this one, they're home against Minnesota. That game is the first and last of their homestand. They get it back. Noel. Pass to Diallo. Just 5 to shoot. Back to Schroeder. Fires for 3. Oklahoma City gets it back. For the 3. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Schroeder. Here's what Oklahoma City's schedule is looking like. On Friday, they'll take on Karl Anthony Towns and the Minnesota Timberwolves. And then on Sunday, they'll go up against Bradley Beal and the Washington Wizards.
And for the matchup with the Grizzlies, I think it's going to be an interesting challenge. Even though they expect to come out on top, this could probably be a pick-em game, depending on how they play.
Carter with the bucket.
That's pretty much not how they defend the three-point line. Somebody's got to shadow him out there.
Diallo the pass to Muscala. And it is flushed down with a nice jam.
And he might be small for a center, but boy, can he jump out of the building.
And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
I mean, even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
The Suns shooting their second and third free throws tonight.
And Devin Booker, where would the Suns' offense be without him?
Probably bottom of the league if no Devin Booker slides on that Suns jersey. One of the purest shooters in the league and one of the most phenomenal young scorers that's come.
And yep, we thought we might see it. And the coach's challenge has been triggered on the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in air. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, tampering is a touchy subject, but it's a word we're hearing more often. Teams want to retain their star players, but they know that there's always talk during a season. Now, teams can only express interest in a player when he hits free agency. But players can talk amongst each other freely all season. Star players like LeBron James are tied into their front offices. And some people wonder if there's much of a difference between what the player says and what his team is thinking. Kevin?
Good point, David. Thank you.
And it seemed like they couldn't get anything to fall in that opening quarter, but you can just feel the momentum starting to shift.
Over to the left wing. Here's Gallinari, and a great assist by Gilgeous-Alexander as that one goes in. And now it's an 11-point Thunder lead. And it's Rubio penetrating. Baines, and the basket is good. Baines has got 6 points.
Yeah, this story in the second quarter much different than the one in the first. We're finally seeing some aggression.
Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Robertson. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. To the middle. Here's Gallinari. Second shot opportunity. Oklahoma City moving it around. Schroeder kicks to Robertson. Passes it to Gilgeous-Alexander. Takes a three. it's hauled in by the Suns. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of the Blazers.
In the NBA, you've got to keep pace. It's a fast track out there, and I thought their lack of hustle defensively was the story of the game.
You can't allow any opponent to shoot that kind of percentage. If you do, it's just going to be so tough to keep up.
For Oklahoma City, they have made their only other free throw attempt today in an earlier trip to the line.
And team free throw numbers really about as good as you could ask for, around 80% on the season.
And first time out of the game called for Phoenix.
And coach can't be happy, and I think I know why. Their defense putting up no resistance inside.
No, they're not preventing them from scoring, and if you can get to a high efficiency shot on the floor, and that's the paint, you just keep going.
The free throw drops for Robertson.
Well, there's no doubt he's known for defense and rebounding, but you have to admire the work Robertson has put in improving his shooting stroke.
To the paint, cuts off the pass. Up in time. Oh, and he beat it.
Did they just do that, Kevin? They just did that.
Yeah. And so it's the Oklahoma City Thunder looking at a 13-point lead.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, back. A competitive matchup for Oklahoma City in the first quarter. They were unable to ever build a... That's all for now.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. Kind of like what Devin Booker is doing in this one.
Well, we'll find out if they were able to find an answer for him over the break. He was scoring with ease in that first half.
Yeah, just way too easy out there, and I'm sure coach is going to make that a priority at halftime.
So for Oklahoma City right now, Gallinari and Adams, the combo out front. Chris Paul is out there with Gilgeous-Alexander. And it's Dort in at the three, the small forward. Suns trail by 13. And Saric kicks to Bridges. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Bridges has got the first points of the third quarter up on the board for the Suns. Well, the development for DeAndre Ayton is going to be all about the pick and roll, both how he runs it and defends it.
I agree, Kevin. If he works with Devin Booker out there as an offensive threat and becomes a guy who can roll with good hands and finish, that's a key for their offense. And you look at his size defensively, he can be imposing.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
And it's slammed in by Bridges.
That's a good find from Ayton, understanding the defensive scheme, and he just waited for his teammate to be open.
Paul kicks to Gilgeous-Alexander. Unloads. Jump shot is good that time. Paul's got his second basket of the game. Suns have gone 2 of 3 from the field to start the second half. Here's Dort. Kick out to Adams. Pass to Paul. Lets it go. Again, the Thunder score.
Well, second nature for Chris Paul to get shots up off the bounce. Love the form there.
And with that, the Thunder lead is cut down to just 12 points on the bucket from Saric.
And not wasting any time here, kicking their offense right back into gear. That's 3 of 4 from the field.
And there's the call on DeAndre. That is his first foul of the game. Ricky Rubio checked in for Phoenix. Paul passes to Muscala. And there's the call on Devin Booker. That is his first foul of the game. Ferguson's checked in for Oklahoma City. And we're just around 2 minutes into the final half of play now. The pass to Muscala from 12 feet out. And again, Oklahoma City, no good. And so Booker will bring it up for the Suns. From downtown, another 3 for Phoenix.
Yeah, they've only missed 1 out of their first 5 shots here in the second half, guys. Their offense really moving well, ball snapping, and the shooting looks to be in great rhythm.
Well, we're now on the back end of what has been, Greg, an incredible career for Chris Paul. It's no longer the undisputed best point guard in the game, but still a top talent.
And Chris Paul might not be the best point guard, but any team could be happy to have him. His efficiency and playmaking aren't going away anytime soon. And even though he's never been an overly athletic player, that aspect of his game still as strong as ever. And that field goal percentage climbing now above 50%. They look like a different team here in the second half.
Here's Rubio. Lays it up off the glass. Rubio's got his first points of the game.
He's been accurate tonight. I think the best way for them to succeed is to get him more shots. Sounds simple, but it comes down to execution.
Diallo the pass to Muscala. And Bridges with a clear path to the basket. And it's slammed in by Bridges.
Gotta take care of the ball. They'll punish you if you're that careless.
That's right, and that's severe punishment right there.
And how about the sequence in its entirety? Momentum swing, and you love the effort here.
Noel with it. Now guarded by Saric. Diallo kicks to Paul. Poked away and stolen by Eaton. And here we go. Saric, the fast break chance, and the dunk by Booker.
The adjustments they've made offensively, they're putting guys in a position now to succeed.
The possession's just way more efficient, I think, here tonight. Taking smarter, better shots, moving the ball around. That's helped them to get back in the ballgame.
And it's Paul missing.
Teammates right now covering up for the type of off performance he's having. In terms of scoring, this has not been his best night.
Here's Bridges. A putback. Great positioning on the putback. Now just a 3-point Oklahoma City lead.
You know, if Ayton continues to play with that kind of effort, possession by possession, he's a real tough cover.
Noel finds Muscala. Puts up a three. And Chris Paul gets the three. Paul's got 9 points in the quarter.
I mean, could we say he was playing possum a bit there in the first half? Because it seems to be a different guy out there, way more assertive.
Here's the break. An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg, I'm not sure.
It's a scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
Catching up on the changes for Phoenix. Aaron Baines, he's checked in for DeAndre Ayton. Frank Kaminsky comes in for Saric. Johnson, he's checked in for Bridges. And Cameron Baines subbed in for Ricky Rubio.
Oh, that's a major league throwdown.
Keeps a tight grip on that rim, too, after the finish.
Well, if you read the scouting report on Schroeder, he likes to get into the basket as close as possible because he's usually good from there.
The putback, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
And they have picked it up offensively here in the second half. Ball movement, getting high percentage shots, you can definitely see a difference.
The try by Booker, and they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
Now, Devin Booker is such a natural and gifted scorer. Even when he gets hit on that play, he stays in control with that shot.
5 seconds left to play here in the third. Count it. And that's 12 points for Dennis Schroeder.
Well, Picasso couldn't have drawn that up any better. Perfect execution off the inbounds.
And a great show through 3 quarters as we enter the fourth. Who will carry the day? Thunder lead by 5. 2K Sports back to Phoenix after this. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
Yeah, those are the kind of plays that you want to put on a canvas. Just beautiful basketball.
And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. Johnson is out there with Frank Kaminsky. Then it's Aaron Baines. Then it's Payne. And it's Jerome in at the 2. That's who's out there for Phoenix. Clock at 2. Johnson's shot is off.
More good work on the glass there. When it's all said and done, I think rebounding might tell the story in this game.
Robertson being aggressive that time, so staying away from the catch-and-shoot game and taking it at the defense.
That free throw, no good. Carter, he's checked in for Kaminsky. And Oklahoma City with a change here, too. Noel's checked in. That one misses.
Look at all the coaching changes that the Suns have had through the years, and some of these young players have heard a lot of voices. 7 in the last 8 years, and the team's performance has shown that kind of inconsistency with up and down seasons.
And all the system changes have really affected the Suns scouting department.
Really difficult to fill out a roster when you've got coaching changes and philosophies that come about, and some guys simply just don't fit. So maybe they settle in here, find the right guys to do the right things, and get themselves back into the playoffs.
And now the fast break. Schroeder with the ball. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. And the Thunder lead by 7.
Well, a versatile attack and a change of speed guard. Once Schroeder gets things going, the opposition could be in for a long night.
Johnson left side. Oh, and the jam by Johnson.
And that's a little lack of fight at the defensive end.
Absolutely. At least on that slam, you're right. That's one way to let a team back in the game.
You have to credit the aggressiveness offensively, because that's when you make a play when you really need it.
And here we go with the coach's challenge. Not surprised in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Good job on the glass there, working hard to establish position and put himself in a great spot to come away with that rebound.
Both teams deciding to change it up. Rubio against Paul. Tips it up. It's good on the putback.
Hard work and soft hands. Guys, that's what made that play possible.
No simple offensive rebound there. Going for the tip-in. Fourth quarter of play, and we're about 2.5 minutes through it right now. And Ayton throws it down.
And no big guys dunking is easy, but it's still fun, Kevin. Ayton up there for the rim rocker.
Paul passes to Dort. From outside, off the mark. Suns trail by 5. Inside. And slam dunk by Sharp.
Very little resistance against that throwdown.
Nope, not what they want to see in a game this close, Greg.
On one side, inspiration. On the other, devastation.
And Noel throws it down.
Noel coming through. Wow.
Phoenix has gotten fewer than half of their three-pointers to go down tonight. They're 4 for 9. Rubio with a wide-open look. Here's Ayton. Out to Carter. Takes the 3. And Ayton throws it down.
How about that? Ayton showing why he was picked first overall. That's a reason.
Here's Gallinari. Lays it up and banks it in. And the Thunder lead by 5.
And that's why these fans love their Gallo. His ability to step up and take huge shots is what makes him so valuable.
Carter looking around. Rubio left side. Ayton, great positioning on the putback. And that's a double-double for him now. 11 points and 12 rebounds.
Sweet timing on that play as Ayton up there and ripping it down.
Wasted no time on that one. Gallinari's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Incredible shot by Gallo there. He lives for these moments.
And the rejection by Noel. And Phoenix making a change here. Booker's checked in. Steven Adams, he's checked in for Oklahoma City. Free throw drops for Ayton.
And he's got such a smooth stroke, and it never changes, even in this kind of a high-pressure situation.
Free throw line jump shot. Up again, and it's Gallinari on the follow.
Well, hustle from Gallo there. Remember, at 6'10", he can do that. Makes the right call by going back in and finding possession there.
And it's Rubio with the ball for Phoenix. Down low, it's deflected and taken away by Paul. Inside, Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Paul. Out to Gallinari. Oklahoma City moving the ball around. Shot clock at 6. Here's Paul. And he drops it in from the low post. Now it's a 6-point Thunder lead.
Chris Paul has drained plenty of huge shots in his career. Easy to see why he's so revered. And how about that? Ayton stepping up, wanting the pressure.
Ball against Rubio. Paul looking around. Fires from deep. That shot, no good. No good. So a close game sees Oklahoma City taking this one. A truly gutsy performance away.
unprecedented improvements, shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending. unprecedented improvements, shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending.
I can't wait to get started in the NBA 2K21 demo, get my player started, and of course, all-time Lakers versus all-time Celtics.
Just out of curiosity, Chris, who has more championship rings?
Yeah, I was gonna talk about the Lakers, but then you bring up that argument, and I really don't have anything.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Welcome to 2K Sports and a quick look here at some of the numbers for Ayton.
There's been a drop-off in the rebounding numbers. He seems to be getting out-muscled on the glass in a way we didn't see earlier in the season. His last 10 games, the totals have taken a huge hit.
So the opening lineup for the Suns. Rubio and Booker, they're the backcourt. Andre Ayton out there with Johnson, and it's Bridges in at the 3. And for the Timberwolves, they've got Karl Anthony Towns, D'Angelo Russell out there with Beasley, and it's Hernan Gomez in at the 4 spot. Last season, the Suns made DeAndre Ayton the #1 overall pick in the draft. They had no hesitation, Greg, in making that call.
And when a player like Ayton, who was in the Rookie of the Year combo from the get-go, is available, you have to take him. Not only is the upside sky high for Ayton, but he was an impact player from day one for the Suns.
Johnson, it doesn't go for him. And it's the Timberwolves taking it the other way. The Suns beat them last time these two teams met in Phoenix.
Yeah, and last time out, they sort of shot themselves in the foot with the foul trouble. That was what led to them having such an ugly scoreline.
And Greg, the foul trouble was a big chunk of it. I mean, it's hard to mount a comeback when all your key guys, your main players, are watching from the bench.
Clearly, he's one of the best there is in the business when it comes to making that lead pass.
Beasley for 3. That shot off the mark. The Suns have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. Oh, and here comes Johnson all alone. Beasley outside. Here's Towns. Passes it to Russell. 6 to shoot. From outside the arc. Towns, no luck.
Boy, they dodged one there, guys. I mean, he got the wide open look that he wanted, just didn't knock it down.
Here's Ayton, and Ayton throws it down.
And it's the way Ayton uses his body inside. It's what allows him to get so close to the basket.
Now here's Beasley, and they get some nice contributions from him on a nightly basis as he averages over 11 points a game. Russell, Bridges with the board, and D'Angelo Russell picks up the foul. That's his first foul. For Phoenix, they've gone 50% from the field, hitting 3 of 6 since the opening tip. Some of those lottery-bound teams now giving more minutes to their younger players, developing them, looking into the future, which means more veterans, unfortunately, will have to sit and watch.
And, you know, I always say this, and it's much easier said than done, but you're a professional, whether you're in the rotation, a young player or an old player, you have to approach it in a professional manner. And that means accepting the good with the bad, the sweet with the bitter. And that takes a maturity level. And, you know, when the trade deadline is behind you, you only can control what you can control, and that's what veterans should be about.
And hopefully the coach communicates the ideas behind the move, too.
I like that, but there's no obligation to do so.
Right.
You know, he's not a knockdown shooter from there, but when you're that uncovered, you almost are forced to take it.
And some changes here for the Timberwolves. James Johnson's checked in for Hernan Gomez. Jake Layman comes in for Josh Okogie. And Culver's subbed in for Beasley. Sharge checked in for the Suns.
Exactly what you want from your point guard. Nice dime to the open teammate by Russell.
And Sharge kicks to Rubio. Johnson with the block.
They've been beating them to a lot of those loose balls and rebounds here to start.
Yeah, the half and half balls are going their way, and that's really a function of effort and intensity. You know, the ball doesn't discriminate. Whoever goes and gets it, that's who owns it.
So it's the Timberwolves now after the miss from Ricky Rubio. And that one, good. And that'll tie this game up. To the middle, here's Sharge, and slam dunk by Sharge.
You know, in close, he's capable of hammering it down, and that's why you got to keep Sharge away from the basket.
Pass to Culver. 58 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Nice ball movement by Minnesota. 5 to shoot. From the stripe, and the Timberwolves tack on 2 more.
Wow, he was just wide open there. That's way too easy.
The Suns have gotten 5 of 10 shots to drop in this game so far. Right at the 50% mark.
That's a textbook example of how to move the ball. Boy, you got to love that action.
Yet another player from the 2019 draft class who wasn't a top high school recruit. Jarrett Culver, 3-star guy, thin, unrefined, but in that sophomore year of college, boy, did he surprise some folks.
Here's Jerome. And out of bounds as the Timberwolves gain possession.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
And there's the call on Devin Booker. That's his first foul of the game, and the bonus will go to the free throw line. The Timberwolves have been perfect at the line so far, albeit just 2 for 2.
At the line for 2.
And he makes both free throws. For Phoenix, they've gotten 6 of 11 shots to go down so far. Pretty nice shooting. Oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard. About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. Noel lets the 3 fly. Reed gets the bucket.
Yeah, he recognized the overcommitment by the defense there and then made a smart pass to get that ball back outside.
The shot by Sharge, no good.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that.
Layman gets the bucket.
You have to love the unselfishness on display there. Excellent passing.
Shot to stop the run. Jerome, good. Here's Reed. Here's Layman. And that would have counted, but his shot was off the mark this time. And they're scoring pretty well as we conclude the first. One of the most high-powered scorers in the game, Carl Anthony.
You know, everyone has to get some of the shit.
Well, when you're attracting, Greg, all that defensive attention, it creates opportunities for your teammates.
And Towns wants to win big. To do that, though, it's not enough to get numbers. You've got to make your teammates better as well.
And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. Scoring breakdown for Minnesota.
Tell you what, guys, they're showing us a lot of energy early on and racking up those fast break points.
And also defensively, they've been able to cause some turnovers tonight, and that also builds confidence and gives you momentum.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. On the court for the Suns, Kaminsky out there with Dario Saric. Then there's Carter. Then it's Aaron Baines. And it's Jerome in at the point guard. Here's Johnson following the score by Phoenix.
Boy, that is awesome defense, guys, against a capable finisher. Well done. I'm sure the coaches love that.
Here's Jerome. And Culver pulls it down.
And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. The D out of position, you could see the frustration on his face.
Suns have gone 2 of 3 from the field here to open the second quarter. Johnson outside to the paint. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. Clark, over the last couple decades, the role of the big man has changed and required more skill outside shooting among them.
Yeah, that's one of the things. And then the ability to move your feet defensively.
Yes.
Because the three-point shot spaces the floor so much. And a lot of times teams will have 4, maybe 5 perimeter shooters out there regardless of size. So big guys, if they're going to play in that type of an alignment, have to be able to move their feet and effectively guard perimeter players and also make shots from the perimeter as well.
Amazing to see guys that big out there sometimes with a one-on-one with the guards, like on the three-point line.
No doubt. And also the big guys, we've got a ton of them, Kevin, across the league that can really knock down the three-point shot.
The Minnesota Timberwolves coming to this one following a loss to the Rockets in Houston. Towns, he's checked in for the Timberwolves. Phoenix also making some changes. Andre Ayton's checked in for Aaron Baines. Mikal Bridges comes in for Frank Kaminsky. And it's Booker in for Carter.
You got to respect Towns on the perimeter. He's got nice range and never backs away from taking that shot.
That makes it 10 of their last 12 coming from inside the paint.
Pass to Russell. And Ricky Rubio gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. And Phoenix making a change here. Carter's checked in. Beasley finds Russell. Here's Hernan Gomez. Beasley for 3. And another 3 for Minnesota.
And boy, has he picked it up since the start of the second. His shots now starting to fall.
Here's Carter. His shot is good, making him a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor.
Man, have they been effective at getting the ball inside.
I tell you, we're taking a look at some real deficiencies defensively. I mean, they've given up 5 straight good looks in the paint.
Finished off the break. Carter's got 6 points.
And I like the fact that he really was unfazed by that scoreless first quarter. And now you can see him getting into a rhythm.
Beasley outside. And there's the pass to Okogie. 6 on the shot clock. And a miss there on the triple. And so it's Johnson who brings the ball up for the Suns. Trailing by 2. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of the Blazers.
Yeah, tough game on the road. The guys you're defending, obviously comfortable shooting in their own building. You've got to find a way to break their rhythm.
Yeah, and it's not easy to do. Much easier said than done, but they're capable of making it happen. It just comes down, I think, to will and desire. Gets the shot he wants. The defense wasn't quite connected enough. They lost contact.
It's Beasley on the wing. He's guarded by Johnson. Russell from long range. And that one's good. His second basket of 4, shooting 50%.
The defense a step slow, and you can see the results.
Greg, that's 3 in a row from out there now, so they've got to do a better job contesting.
Towns wide open. That 3 off the mark.
And one thing I liked in the first quarter was their aggressiveness to draw the contact, putting the defense on the defensive.
Yeah, exactly. And I think they need to continue to press that advantage. They've got to get back to that. Don't go away from that. It's been working so well for them. Stay with it.
Here's Russell. Devin Booker picking up that last basket. And the dunk by Towns.
There's the great length we're always talking about with Karl Anthony Towns. I mean, leaving no doubt about that one.
Johnson, the pass to Bridges. Johnson dishes to Bridges. Back to Johnson. It's stolen by Hernan Gomez. Here's Okogie. Banked in off the glass. And now a 4-point Minnesota lead.
Outstanding vision from Karl Anthony Towns. Not only is he willing to give it up, but he's ready to find his teammates when they're open.
Guys, that's just really unstoppable.
All right, thank you, David. And folks, don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for
the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, Best. It was a closely contested first quarter for Minnesota. Their largest deficit of the period was... And that...
I've been tired of the useless. I've been tired of the using.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. But kind of like what Devin Booker is doing in this one.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
And you know what? It helped that they had a few guys with very hot hands on the perimeter, too.
We've got Beasley. He's out there with Russell. And it's Hernan Gomez in at the power forward position. So that's the lineup for Minnesota. The drive by Russell. Okogie, the pass to Beasley. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Towns.
And a moment now to look at the stats for Devin Booker. He's been on a remarkable tear this past month, averaging about 23 points per, 7 assists, and 4 rebounds. And you talk about guys who just have a nose for putting up points. He is one of them.
Yeah, he sure is, and he rarely has back-to-back bad games. If he has an off night, he usually follows that up with a big night.
To the wing right side. Ayton kicks to Booker. For 3. Rebound, Minnesota. It's off to Oklahoma City for him after this game, so they have the Thunder to look forward to. That sets off a 5-game tour for him.
And you gotta love the big bucket in the paint in this sort of a grinded-out game.
Well, you got to give a lot of credit to Josh Okogie. I mean, he was the 20th pick in the 2018 draft and really well ahead of the curve as a rookie and even saw starter minutes later on in the season. That's a great get for them.
Russell with the bucket.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from the paint.
Rubio. Yep, it counts. Rubio's got his first bucket of the night.
All right, you know, we talk about making plays. Rubio would rather not take the shot from distance, so he does the smart thing, drives it right in.
And meteoric rises not uncommon for Okogie.
Yeah, and Okogie's done a really nice job kind of turning the impression of him around because he wasn't highly touted in college, but I tell you what, he's proven to be an impact player because of how he can defend and shoot.
Here's Russell. Some solid defense from Ayton. And D'Angelo Russell picks up the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game. So for the Suns, Aaron Baines, he's checked in for Ayton. Kaminsky comes in for Johnson. And Dario Saric subbed in for Mikal Bridges. Beasley against Booker. Over Beasley. Misses off the right iron. Minnesota in the lead. Okogie, the pass to Reed. A three-pointer, no good. The Suns have gone 2 of 4 here to start the second half. Booker dishes to Kaminsky. Booker looking around. No luck that time in the shot that would have put them on top. Okogie, the pass to Towns. And the dunk by Towns.
Oh, and he went for the two-hander on the slam using some muscle.
Some urgency from him there, sure.
I get the feeling, guys, that he may be sensing that this is a critical time in this game.
Mark, we know you have great passion for the game of basketball. Any passions that our fans may not know about?
Yeah, I enjoy golf. I'm an avid reader, as you well know, Kevin. We actually share book titles on occasion.
Folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul. Close game like this, and he thought it wasn't a good call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and Involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Guys, what a back-and-forth game this has been.
And that's already resulted in 7 lead changes.
Here's Rubio. Offensive rebounds. Here's Baines. And here we go with the coach's challenge. Not surprised in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double-checking, and the game continues on.
Jerome passes to Carter. Here's Jerome. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. Jerome's got the game tied up here for the Suns.
I like the play call. Very solid, making perfect use of the pick to get a great look.
Evans passes to Spellman. Back to Evans. Timberwolves passing it around. Uses the glass to finish the layup. And the Timberwolves lead by 2.
Nice pass here to set that basket up.
We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Here's Jerome. Kaminsky. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up.
So clever at drawing contact. Frank Kaminsky's size creates a lot of problems for defenders.
It's his first trip to the line. Whole new look on the floor for Minnesota. He hits the second from the line. And so it's Russell with it. He'll bring it up for the Timberwolves. It's a 1-point game. Towns kicks to Beasley. Back to Russell. Passes to Okogie. Beasley with a clean look. The putback rebounded by Kaminsky. And as we finish the third quarter, it's still close. Both teams trading baskets. Minnesota. And a quick look now at the State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with his feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Yeah, that's just a brilliant read of the defense. I mean, it was also excellent anticipation of the movement of his teammates before the pass. Just great harmony on all sides.
Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the fourth quarter could have even more action in store for us. On Phoenix, looking who they've got on the floor. Rubio and Booker, they're the backcourt. Johnson is out there with Ayton, and it's Bridges in at the 3 slot.
Cutting into that deficit now, well within striking distance.
Boy, time to tighten it up on defense. A stop here would be huge.
Fires at the elbow. Phoenix grabs the miss. Johnson's got his 5th rebound right now in the game.
And gotta like what they've been doing down low in the post.
I certainly do. I like to see guys do their work inside. Their rebounding has been excellent, and that's always important in a close game.
Rubio with a wide open look, and the Suns tack on 2 more.
Well, one thing you notice about Rubio's jumper, the slow release takes him a while to get into it. Something that's not so easy to just get up and change. Going to take a lot of work to remake that release.
And it's Towns missing.
I guess even he has to miss one of those once in a while.
And then Johnson with the dunk.
Oh, phenomenal alley-oop slam there.
They are taking advantage of a team that looks lost out there.
Well, I tell you what, guys, this is really getting close to being real ugly.
Some firepower from this offense tonight.
Yeah, they got a nice groove going right now offensively. And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
Here's Russell, and he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. That one on Ayton.
You know, D'Angelo Russell, to his credit, made the most of the move to Brooklyn. You know, he was dumped by the Lakers in 2017 in a trade to create cap space and ended up being selected to his first All-Star game in 19.
Rubio dishes to Ayton. Pass to Johnson. Last quarter of play, about 2 minutes in now. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. That one is on Towns.
And, you know, even though in today's game floor spacing is all the rage, the last 5 years the Wolves attempted the fewest threes in the league. And when they did shoot them, they didn't make very many of them.
Whole new look on the floor for Minnesota. Here's Culver. It's deflected.
Tremendous at anticipating when shots are going up. Ayton is outstanding at protecting the rim.
Too long in the paint. He's hit with a 3-second violation. And on top of their troubles from range, the Wolves have also had trouble on the defensive glass.
Yeah, and if you can't rebound and you're not shooting it well, you've got to figure out who you're going to be. Your identity is in question. That's what the Wolves are trying to figure out. Who are we? What do we do well? How do we win? How do we succeed? Get to the next level, they've got to answer that question.
Rubio, the pass to Booker. For those just joining us, fourth quarter here. We're just over 2.5 minutes into it.
I'm not sure who was supposed to be on him that possession. I mean, apparently neither did the defenders.
Johnson with the block. Booker against Evans. Pass to Bridges. Kicks it to Rubio. Pulls it up. He's off on that one. And Minnesota now the other way. 1:52 left in the fourth quarter.
That's a shot he's got to hit. You don't get many looks better from that range.
Back to Booker. Launches a 3. Johnson, the pass to Booker. Over Evans. A nice shot by Booker. Booker's got the lead up to 6 now for the Suns.
And obviously his momentum from the last game has carried over here tonight.
And you know that's how it goes with him. I mean, his hot streaks, guys, don't last minutes. They last days.
Rubio right side. Johnson finds Booker. The shot's good on the assist by Johnson. Booker's got 8 points here in this quarter.
An elite scorer, demonstrating once again how fast he can fill it up.
On the wing, Evans. There's the triple. The Timberwolves again can't hit. Here's the Suns with the ball. They're on a 14-5 run here. Again, the miss by Booker. Here's Layman, and he banks in the layup.
How about the recognition from Culver? Terrific at realizing when the defense has broken down.
There's 39 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Now Rubio. In the corner, it's Bridges. It's deflected, but they get it back. The 3. And the Suns get it back. And another shot. Spellman with the rebound. The pass to Layman. There's the triple. That one, no good. So the Suns win it. A narrow win under... All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that's going to do it tonight.
tech benefits to the stick, resulting in unprecedented improvements to shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending. Unprecedented improvements to shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending.
hang time. Who been the plug in the power, ayy. Came with a charge in my alley, ooh. Charge it again like it's credit, your team crowd need to edit, yeah. I see face, look at it, hold up. Ooh, that's good, need a minute, need a play to revive, let's get a shot pressing. Now you say what I said, they got like 20 moves and like 100 problems. I'm James with a step back, throw that shot up, I don't miss.
A view of... Well, hey, DA, thanks. We're going to break in the action, so let's take a look at the West and how the teams are stacking up. Taking a look at Oklahoma City, they've done well enough to be in 5th place in the conference so far. And, of course, there's Minnesota. Quite a few spots down the ladder right now.
And I think for the Timberwolves, one thing they don't have to worry about is not having enough free time this summer, because they're not going anywhere near the postseason.
And there will be players on the move once this season is over. You can count on that. They have to make wholesale changes, and the front office knows it.
And the starting lineup for the Timberwolves. We've got Malik Beasley. He's out there with D'Angelo Russell, and it's Okogie in at the 3. And for the Thunder, Gallinari and Adams, the combo out front. Paul out there with Gilgeous-Alexander. And it's George in at the 3, the small forward. And so it's Paul bringing it up for the Oklahoma City Thunder.
Well, D'Angelo Russell, one of the best mid-range scorers you'll see. He's got the floater game, the pull-up game, and with his arsenal, he can get a shot at any time.
Beasley for 3, good, and it's Russell picking up the assist.
Well, the more repetition he gets, the more floor awareness you develop. D'Angelo Russell showing a desire to get his teammates involved. That's how you share the rock. He does this time and time again.
And you know, Doris, another thing about D'Angelo Russell, he's not afraid of the big moment.
Kevin, he has proven that he is willing to take and make big shots. He doesn't necessarily beat you with tremendous athleticism, but it's his basketball skill that sets him apart.
Here's Adams. After D'Angelo Russell's bucket, Gallinari finds Paul. A nice shot by Gallinari.
80% from the field to start, playing with a ton of confidence.
Timberwolves have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Hernan Gomez passes to Russell for 3. Beasley, and again Minnesota with the triple.
Good way to start this game. You want to get him rolling as early as possible.
And you know this, Greg. He's a guy who, if he gets hot, he can carry your offense for long stretches. Pretty dime there, the kind of ball movement coaches love to see.
Paul against Russell. Pass to Hernan Gomez. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
To me, Greg, that's a complete lack of communication on that side of the ball. These guys need to be talking to each other.
And slams it home and gets some camera time on the end of it.
He did. He spent a while up on that rim, didn't he? Towns kicks to Russell. Of course, you can't help but notice the teams are shooting earlier in the shot clock. One theory being the faster you shoot, the more possessions you get. Well, the numbers would speak to that.
No doubt, Kevin. And the reality is, for announcers and for fans, that breakneck pace makes it more exciting for us. One NBA coach told me this past year that your field goal percentage in the first 10 seconds of the shot clock gives you your best opportunity to make it. And the longer that shot clock goes on, the more your field goal percentage dips. So, hey, good for us, good for the fans, good for the teams.
And that's because the defense has a chance to settle, correct?
Exactly right.
Here's Towns following the basket by Chris Paul. Russell passes to Towns. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Boy, when you think about the skill that Karl Anthony Towns has, and you realize he's just getting started in the league, his future is truly off the charts. By the midpoint of his career, we could be talking about him as one of the most skilled big men to ever play the game.
And the Thunder going with a whole new group out there.
Wow, look at the way the big man, Noel, set up his guys, puts the pass in the perfect position, easy shot.
A nice shot by Culver.
And both teams here in a nice rhythm offensively, and that really says as much about the lack of D as it does either's O.
To the inside, Noel, a beautiful reverse layup.
How about the recognition from Culver? Terrific at realizing when the defense has broken down.
And Noel kicks it over to Schroeder. Pass to Ferguson. Back to Schroeder. Launches it. No good on the shot. And Minnesota now the other way. Last time they met was in Minnesota.
Yeah, and they got beat last time these two teams met, and really free throws were the story. And guys, he's not an easy man to stop when he's got the rim in his sights.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher. Here's Diallo. Oh, that was something else.
We are talking about a very solid passer at his position. Schroeder identifying an open teammate.
Johnson, the pass to Towns. Stolen. 3-on-3. Here's Diallo, and the layup is good. Diallo's got 6 points.
Boy, that's fast break basketball at its absolute best. Outstanding assist to finish it off.
And that concludes a high-scoring first quarter with both teams tied up. 2K. And getting going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. What stands out to you from Oklahoma City in this one?
Well, you come in thinking they're going to settle for perimeter jump shots. Think again.
They've certainly made the commitment to pounding the basketball into the painted area, and boy, is it paying dividends.
We've got Ferguson. Muscala is out there with Noel. Then there's Robertson, and it's Schroeder in at the 1 spot. That's the group for Oklahoma City getting going here in the second. Minnesota in the lead. To the paint. Here's Layman. That one goes in. Layman's got his first 2 points.
And bullseye with that assist. Nice delivery there in traffic.
Well, the Thunder begin on the defensive end of the floor. This is a team whose formula is to force a ton of turnovers, come up with steals, get out in transition. Last year, 4th in the league in defensive rating.
Here's Ferguson. Yep, that one goes.
Well, that possession to me highlights the importance of creating for your teammates.
Minnesota's gone 3 of 3 from three-point land here tonight. We played just over a minute of basketball here in the second quarter. Now, here's Culver. He's covered by Muscala. Johnson can't hit. And for the Thunder defense, Doris, it starts with their rebound.
Well, you have to begin with their strong interior defense. That lets their wings get out in pressure and take some chances. Defense has turned into a pillar for this team.
A different look for Oklahoma City. Steven Adams, he's checked in for Mike Muscala. Gilgeous-Alexander comes in for Terrence Ferguson. And Paul subbed in for Dennis Schroeder. Now the free throw is good, now leading by 1.
And you know, guys, listen, Noel brings value. The reason he's a menace on the defensive end and an absolute warrior on the glass. What a remarkable vertical. Nerlens Noel demonstrating what a sensational athlete he is.
And stolen by Noel. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
And I like the fact that the defense is looking to protect the rim at all costs.
And the first one at the line is good. Doris, when you watch the game now, bigs playing on the perimeter, who can really defend and hold their own outside the lane you've seen?
Well, you think about a guy at the rim like Clint Capella, who is a great shot-blocking force. But in today's NBA, he's got to be able to guard the pick and roll, make the necessary switch. And because Capella has got great feet, and because he can move laterally so quickly, he might be 6'10", 6'11", but he can get out and switch in the pick and roll. It is a thing of beauty to watch.
Out to Gallinari. The pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. Over Beasley. Up again. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
We are talking about a big-time offensive rebounder, and Steven Adams unafraid to impose his will with that frame.
Russell, no luck. Here's Oklahoma City. Stringing it together. They've got an 11-2 run going. And the dunk by Robertson.
incredible reverse throwdown. Excellent body control.
And guys, I'd even go as far to say that was a punctuation dunk. Kogi inside the three-point line and off target as he starts the game 0 for 1. Down low, Beasley with the steal. On the wing, Johnson. He's coming off a 16-point game against Houston.
And you know, guys, the other thing I really appreciated about his effort in that game was the effort and work on the glass. What a well-rounded performance. Such a multi-talented threat on the offensive end, and you love his confidence.
Fast break, Minnesota. Here's Russell. Uses the glass that time, and it's good. And now just a 3-point Thunder lead.
In catch-and-shoot situations, you've got to be balanced and in control. Mr. Russell, well done.
Again, Russell missing.
Well, that's a blown defensive coverage, but it doesn't matter. He cannot answer the bell. Well, this is the first full year now for Ryan Saunders. Let's remember he was hired by Minnesota full-time after an interim stint last season. And boy, did the players love playing for him.
To the middle. Gallinari with the steal. Inside, here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Can't connect from short range.
Got to credit the defense. They found a way to stop him, and that's never an easy task.
Out of bounds, Minnesota takes possession.
And checking out some stats for D'Angelo Russell. A strong stretch of play the last 10 games, averaging 21 points per game, 5 assists and 4 rebounds. You know, you look at the numbers and you think that this is great, but we know that he's capable of even bigger production.
You know, the numbers look okay, but the eye test tells us unequivocally he is capable of more. That is the sign of a star right there.
And once again off the mark by Minnesota. And here are the Thunder now. They're on a 15-6 run. Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. Here's Diallo, and misses it off the right side of the rim.
And if that's the best look you can get on a possession, what a waste of a trip down the floor.
Well, missed opportunities, and they can certainly add up. You cannot afford to take that kind of shot.
Here's Dort. And that shot was up in time, but doesn't go in. Thanks so much, Dave, for the great interview. Don't go away, folks. We'll be back for the second.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
A competitive matchup for Oklahoma City in the first quarter. Their largest deficit of the... And that's a wrap. With the third quarter approaching, we now send you back to Kevin and the...
Someone did me in the quote, but honestly, I forgot. It was crazy.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. Look at Chris Paul. What a contribution.
And even with the defense shading towards him on every trip down, he still finds a way to come up big.
Well, he knows they're coming for him, but he's accustomed to that kind of attention, and he's quite comfortable dealing with it.
On the court for Minnesota, Malik Beasley out there with Russell. Then there's Towns, and it's Hernan Gomez in at the power forward.
An aggressive pick-and-roll player is D'Angelo Russell, and you can see he's just starting to figure it all out, guys.
And the shot is good.
Now, this guy plays with such confidence and ability to score in a variety of ways. Nice. You know, one dilemma that jumps out at me with the Timberwolves, over the years, they have been an excellent offensive rebounding team. It's the other end, the defensive backboards, where they have had some problems.
Here's Dort, and he takes that one up and powers it through.
Yeah, I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones. The putback, great positioning on the putback.
Just in a perfect position to grab that rebound and then get the putback.
Gilgeous-Alexander with it. Russell's there. Cole for three. It's rebounded by Towns. And Doris, you're right. Over the last 5 seasons, the Timberwolves have been the absolute worst defensive rebounding team in the NBA.
And it's hard to understand, Kevin, because they have created second chance opportunities for themselves only to give it back on the other end. That's the kind of thing that can be demoralizing for your defense. You get a stop, but you don't finish the possession with a rebound. That can wear you out physically and mentally.
Yeah, easy call.
For Oklahoma City, they have yet to miss from the free throw line. They're 3 for 3.
And they've done some really nice work at the foul line, knocking down 80%.
Catching up on the changes for Oklahoma City. Noel's checked in for Adams. Mike Muscala comes in for Gallinari. Ferguson's checked in for Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. And Dennis Schroeder subbed in for Chris Paul. Here's Culver. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. They've got the Wizards ahead of them. Their next game in Washington. It's game 1 of a 3-game road trip.
Boy, we think of Dennis Schroeder as a natural-born scorer, but there he does a great job passing the basketball.
Nice ball movement by Minnesota. Pass to Culver. Here's Wayman. Looking at his numbers, he averages a bit over 9 points a game. Just 3 to shoot, and here comes the break. Here's Ferguson. And he jams it with authority.
Well, the quick hands of Dennis Schroeder to create the havoc defensively and get a steal.
And Doris, even though Schroeder changed role, he was traded from Atlanta to the Thunder, he has embraced his new team.
A lot of people wondered, would Schroeder be willing to go to the bench and accept that role? He proved he was more than capable. And no longer having to act as a leader on a team, I think for Schroeder, he just enjoys going out and competing on a team with high aspirations. It's been a good fit.
Diallo, he's checked in for Oklahoma City. The free throw drops for Towns.
And Doris, hard to find many arenas that have a better home court advantage than Oklahoma City.
Greg, it is the only show in Oklahoma City, and this arena gets loud. The fans come out every game. There is no doubting this is one of the best arenas in the NBA.
And really, these are some of the toughest calls an official has to make.
Out of bounds, Minnesota takes possession. And a chance to take a look at some numbers for Culver.
And his three-point shooting has gotten a lot better over his last 10 games. He looks so much more comfortable from beyond. There's no doubt he's got the green light to let it fly whenever the shot's there for him.
And battling hard on the glass, they hold the advantage here so far.
And they pick up 2. Diallo's got 8 points.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from the paint.
Passes it to Layman. He kicks it to Culver. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. It's going to be on Nerlens Noel.
And what makes Culver difficult to defend, it starts with the footwork and then the change of pace, and you give him that ability to just rise up and shoot over you. And for a franchise searching for stability, it doesn't help that the Wolves have had a number of head coaching changes.
Well, obviously, the Wolves aren't alone in that problem, Greg. I think it can be difficult to identify just the right kind of leadership. And when you do get someone like Greg Popovich or Eric Spoelstra or Rick Carlisle, you try to hold on for dear life.
Here's Schroeder. The rebound by Johnson. Timberwolves trail by 8. Russell kicks to Layman. Back to Russell. Pass to Culver. Over Diallo. A nice shot by Culver. He has 7.
I'll tell you, Culver has an array of moves once he gets into the paint.
Here's the pass to Noel. Now here's Diallo. Second chance shot. Pass to Ferguson. Back to Noel. Oklahoma City needs to get off a shot. And it's Schroeder missing.
He is single-handedly dropping the temperature in here with that cold streak.
He is trying to shoot his way out of it, and it might be better for him to pass the basketball at this point.
Passes it to Ferguson. Kicks it out to Schroeder. Charity stripe shot. The offensive rebound.
That's about willpower for Dennis Schroeder. Great job out hustling guys on the offensive glass.
Deflects the pass. And here's Johnson outside. Shots continuing to fall as we conclude the third quarter. Both teams putting up points. Oklahoma City out in front, leading by 6. And do not go away, as we'll be back in just a few moments with the start of our fourth quarter coming up next. And let's take this chance now to show you the State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
And, Greg, nothing better than chemistry, right? Working together to create a bucket.
And I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the fourth quarter. All right, now a chance to set the floor courtesy of Gatorade. Fourth quarter action, all fueled up and ready to go. So the Thunder 5 right now. Schroeder and Gilgeous-Alexander, they're up in the backcourt. Gallinari and Adams, the combo out front. And it's Diallo in at the small forward position. Tips it. It's good on the putback. And that's now 6 points for James Johnson.
Oh, how about the deft touch right there, guys?
He just guided that ball back up and in. Just a fingertip touch on the ball. Finished off the break.
Boy, nobody between him and the basket on the break, and the pass was right where it needed to be.
Here's Schroeder. Here's Adams. And the layup's good off the glass. And the Thunder lead by 6.
There is a persistence about Steven Adams. Quality defense will not deter this guy if he wants to score. Nice finish.
Culver passes to Lehman. Now, here's Culver. He's guarded closely. Just 5 on the clock. Over to the wing. Noel. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. Fourth quarter now. We're about a minute and a half in. Here's Paul. Goes back up. Pass to Dort. Paul outside. Lets it go with a 3. Rebound, Minnesota. Reeves got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Johnson goes in. The Timberwolves working the ball around now. Now the pass to Lehman. Kicks it out to Johnson. That one doesn't drop. Now Oklahoma City takes it the other way. That's a 2 from Paul, and a great assist by Gilgeous-Alexander as that one goes in.
You love how each side has risen to the challenge throughout this one.
I'll tell you, we have seen, Greg, great execution from both teams. Neither one giving an inch here.
Kept alive. They get a hand on it and taken away by Paul. And now Paul pushing it up. No one back to stop him. Lays it in off the breakaway. Paul's got the lead up to 10 now for the Thunder.
And guys, when Paul kicks it up a notch, it's thrilling to watch. Always in attack mode. Great at looking for his shot and making the D pay.
Noel. Ball's knocked loose. Older look on the floor for Minnesota. The Thunder leading by 10. Here's Paul. Gallinari, and it's Gallinari on the follow.
You know, his positioning near the hoop, always to his advantage. Just a terrific job to tip that one back in.
And here we go. The finish, and Gallinari throws it down.
Quick job of getting up the floor and creating early offense.
You don't give the defense any chance to set up. Sometimes you just love an easy look.
No matter what looks they get, they just can't convert to stop this run.
And I think you can start to feel their frustration mounting. With every missed bucket, it becomes more and more desperate.
Ball against Russell. Over Russell, and it's sent back by Russell.
Well, that's the energy and effort that D'Angelo Russell brings on the defensive end. This guy has got the ability to be a factor there.
And dropping the sledgehammer there, he curbs a 10-0 run by the Thunder.
Paul passes to Dort. Gallinari right side. Paul finds Gallinari, shoots. That one a little long for Minnesota. They've gone 3 of 8 here in the fourth quarter.
And these are the types of games where one team clearly has the edge. Tonight, it will be a win by a large margin for the Thunder.
This is a game where the defense, steals specifically, generating a lot of opportunities.
And it created possessions for them, scoring opportunities, and that effort a big part of what will be a nice victory here tonight.
And this will make it 31 victories for them on the year.
Wow, they finished the season series undefeated. 4 games, 4 wins, really asserting their dominance.
And guys, one of the steady and outstanding players putting in another impressive performance. It was a big-time outing for Chris Paul.
They simply can't stop him right now. This guy playing with passion and focus.
Here's Towns. Kicks it out to Beasley. Pass to Okogie. Outside Russell. Another shot. No good. So no problem for Oklahoma City as they get the win. David, thank you as always. And that'll wrap it up, folks.